It literally is for me. I think the only issue really that this team seems to have compared to a lot of the other teams in the Polish scene is just firepower. No flame to the guys, but there seems to be maybe one too many supportive elements in this team, and they just kind of approach the game very differently. We just get the CT side start though, Keith. I think that's pretty big. Of course, we've got the loot bet odds for you guys. Code Malta in the banner down below to get yourself 10 free spins and 100 bonus euros on your first deposit. You can see they are favoring the IZAKO boards coming into this one, and I think logically so. You can't really argue with that.
Yeah. No arguing to be had, that is for sure. A little bit of a ramp pressure with the molly to slow rotates. Good trade from Avis. Red Star. Now have to back on up. And it's Shane, and all the while cracking into this ace, like doubles in for him. Numb from heaven. Can't really hold this back. Needs Red Star to come into lobby and help out again, but it's oh so too late. Numb alone. He's rotated around to Mini. And unless he finds another one like that in quick fashion, Scriv, this may just be too out of reach. And here we go. Blue Jays have a little bit of a force buy going on. And by a little, I mean total. Let's go BOARS. Get the Deagles, the Scout, the Mac 10, Scriv. And they're looking to hang on to this one. But Blue Jays want to put a little bit of a wrench in the works of these Deagles. The MP9 on Numb perhaps could be effective top hut, but I have low expectations but high hopes. Maybe that's a weird thing to say, but that's how I'm feeling. And with entry from Avis, the rest should follow. Dreamer with one from back sight. The Scout is going to try to come in and support him. He gets one more, but it's unfortunate that Red Star couldn't swing with the Scout and take advantage of his teammate, and now he falls.
Ooh. Rocking staying alive for a while. Does manage to find the head. There's some good damage done here by Blue Jays. But nothing quite substantial, I suppose. Not quite enough that IZAKO boards have got to really worry about the round itself. However, may well be worth nipping that in the bud, making sure they don't take this kind of damage consistently. Blue Jays, though, we know them to be effective on the force buys. They continue to reiterate that statement. I've turned it from an opinion into almost a fact. But not going to be able to steal it away. We have said a lot of the time when they come into matchups, particularly against teams, you know, like IZAKO boards that can be considered in the same sorts of conversations, the same sorts of levels and whatnot. They do kind of catch people off guard. But IZAKO boards not going to get caught too off guard by it. I feel like we've seen a lot of the rounds end up just going the way of Blue Jays when they have those force buys, like the first force buy of the game, first force buy of the half even. They end up stealing them away, but not this time. And the buy coming into this one, of course, is just a few upgraded pistols. We got a Zeus for Numb, and Rocking holds onto his Deegan armors. Keep an eye on that, but it should be a third round for IZAKO boards pretty simply.
Yeah, Nuke is just kind of their comfort, isn't it? Watched him play here before. Really good rotates, understanding of the map. X is about to get Zeus. Stay, it happens. Oh, hang on, Numb. Picks up the back 10. Tao's gonna get hunted. He'll get traded by Dreamer. So some damage, but it is just the SMGs. That's okay. Dealt with. But yeah, as I was saying, IZAKO boards have a really good understanding of T-side attacks and CT side rotates. It's going to be, in my opinion, very difficult for Blue Jays to get a solid read on the T side from IZAKO boards. They have default, they have side splits, like cool counter nades. Good timing from Rocking. I don't think he'll escape with that, and he won't. But yeah, looks just so. Just watch and see if Blue Jays can play adaptive CS, because IZAKO board's going to throw a lot of different looks at them.
All right, here we go. Straight in with a double AWP setup. Big fan of this kind of an idea from the Blue Jays. See whether it will be effective for them or not, though. Always kind of difficult to tell, to say the least, but looking pretty damn good. IZAKO boards. First real kind of test for them here on Nuke, honestly. Time will tell if they're able to indeed get the better of it. A bit of a slow start. We see some, you know, nadage coming down, some utility on both sides, but nothing too substantial here, Keith.
Ooh. The double ops claim the first pick. Bomb within plain view, hoping to get lucky. As Rocking will get up close and personal. He's being pinched, and they've called at the flank from, so he could be coming in. As Rocking would be prepared for this. Spotted. His teammate Zixo's doubled in on lobby. Bomb is dropped. Sure, Rocking may fall. They could lose one of the ops, but they'll at least grab the round, Scriv, and in somewhat of a dominating fashion.
Yeah, definitely not foreign to say so. Blue Jays really coming in with an explosive round. Able to eliminate all of them. No real chance coming into it. I mean, it's kind of where, again, Blue Jays can catch you off guard that first rifle round. You're not ready for the incredibly strong individuals that they have. And I do think IZAKO boards have got to be careful not to get caught off guard by it too often. But we'll see. They're back into things here with a relatively decent buy. We do have a few pistols in play, but oh, the speed coming in as well going to be unsuccessful. Tower goes down early, and that's a nice little pickup for Blue Jays to work with. A massive one for them to work with as well. The bomb plant will be coming in. So I suppose that's a result. Bit of a return on the investment here, but no frags coming in. I mean, they would love to do some damage here. It's just not going to be the case. 1 versus 5 for Avis. And, well, possibly 1 on the gotcha play here through the smoke. He does indeed find 1. However, no more. Second round for Blue Jays on the board pretty cleanly.
They're finding their role and their jive very easily now, Blue Jays. As soon as these guns have made an appearance, they felt pretty good. Haven't felt too pressured. Able to get those opening picks. They're working it nicely. The ops obviously have had an effect. This time it's on Red Star. So 3 oppers on the Blue Jay side. Red Star, Rocking, and Numb. Could change based on map and position. I think Red Star may be the outside player and Rocking's the ramp guy. So that could be what's happening here. IZAKO boards, just the deagle Scriv. I mean, it's awesome that you won pistol and snowballed it into 3 rounds. But you can't let Blue Jays start to pull this back because, as you said, previous best of 3, it's worth repeating. You give them an inch, they'll take probably the whole half. Not exactly what you said.
Yeah.
I rephrased a little bit, but somewhat accurate.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's enough. Okay, IZAKO boards, though, looking to shut things down. They've found 3 clean headshots so far. 2 for Tower there on the Deagle, and now into a 4-on-2. How has this happened? Blue Jays letting an easy one slip away, perhaps. Remains to be seen. Zix trying to do his best to recover things back, but it's not enough. And now Numb is the only one left in the 1v3. Certainly is doable for him. I mean, they have very little to work with. Other than the manpower, they have pretty much nothing. The Deagles seem to be enough, but like utility, non-existent, Molotov that they've picked up. No armor, of course, so Numb, I mean, could easily eliminate all 3 of them at once if they're not careful. So certainly a lot of pressure on them here, Keith. That's for sure. Gonna go for it as well, though. Definitely confident.
Certainly has that. I think he's hoping to find just a freebie. They've doubled up heaven, though, and they've planted for it. A ninja would be absurdly cool, but I don't see it happening. Boo. Part of me really wanted him to walk out and try to get the ninja.
Yeah, just go for it, man.
But, yeah. You're buying next, I think, if my math is correct. If Red Star can knob, you can buy. Would have been cool, but he is going to just give the gun over to Rocking and buy up himself. But, would have been alright. An okay attempt. I think that player stuck around having a bit longer, though, so probably wouldn't have worked out, but it would have been cool. Would have given him brownie points. Op from Exus. Out she comes. Red Star gets another for himself towards outer yard. And right when I say you don't want to give his Blue Jays an inch, IZAKO BOARS take it right back. And this rifle, gonna be a bit of a decision to be made. How the next few will play out. And it looks like IZAKO BOARS are back on some quick pace play. Out through Squeaky, looking to fight the site. And Shane, Sui, double entry in. And Blue Jays only have members in heaven. You never want to be in a situation like this.
Yeah, definitely not looking too good. IZAKO BOARS really solid as they'll get the bomb down. Flash coming in very quickly, but no real attempt made by Zix. Gonna try and silence the drop, as it were. And they'll look to save. 4 versus 3, just like that. And yeah, nothing really happening off the back of it. So Blue Jays have to concede another round. IZAKO BOARS looking good. 5th on for them. And we'll see whether they can string things together continuously. Blue Jays pressure is mounting. CT side, we generally consider it to be the stronger side of Nuke. And although I do from time to time talk about the shift and whatnot that's happened, it still is fairly CT sided.
Oh boy, I got something for everyone in chat. Hellcase, Malta V 15, refill bonus, hundreds of cases. They have an esports kind of tournament mode, tons of giveaways. It's the place to be for case opening. Check it out, banner below, and of course, the command in chat. IZAKO BOARS looking for 6, Scriv, Blue Jays. This buy, not exactly what they wanted, but it's what they have to work with. Interesting, you don't see Red Star buying up utilities, same with Rocking. Perhaps just a little bit of an oversight, because I don't get why. Unless I missed them use it, but I don't think I did.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. It is a stringy one at best. But confident, so they are. No, I'm on the corner angle. This is considered, I suppose, somewhat of an off angle, and a nice little setup with Zix behind him. Ooh, Zix kind of second guessing it though. Molly will come in. It's definitely bodies around there. This either goes so well or they get shut down immediately. And it will be the former. I would say 2 for 2 is not bad. 3 on 3 immediately, obviously, with a quick rotation here from Rocking. Needs to find a decent position, stay alive, and just have a presence on the B-bomb site for his squad. Door opens. Oh, he'll creep round, dink for dink. Of course, the AK gonna come out on top of that M4. He's unlucky as Rocking. A 3 versus 2. Still certainly doable for Blue Jays to pull this one back. It's not out of the question for the automatic weapon at the very least. Red Star, however, making it work with the big green gun. He's left on 3 HP and only 15 seconds left with Exus being on the other side of the map. Oh, this is kind of an opportunity to shut him down. He has to, yeah, barrel his way in, get there quickly. Tower will get the plant in, but a 1 versus 2 with them on opposite sides of this B-bomb site going to be so hard.
That is one way to put it. Tao, unsure where to look. He doesn't exactly know what's happening, and is Dreamer going to the A? They think it's A. Tough.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, this is tough because they have to clear the site now. The sound does bleed up. Dreamer's going to realize in about 2 seconds. And realized. Yeah. That's it. That's round. They just simply don't have time, Scriv. That is heartbreaking.
That's wild.
Wow.
God damn. Yeah, I mean, that sucks, right? Tao, I guess, plays it well in the sense that he was patient, crept in, and didn't jump the gun too early, kind of baiting his, or, well, not necessarily baiting, but, like, using the death of his teammate quite effectively in the sense that it's like, you know, I'm far away, and he looked like he was maybe trying to rush into the vents to go up A as a last-minute decision. But really well thought out there, and kind of avoiding disaster, I would say, because the 2v1 was going to be hard for him.
Oh, Exus. How did he get out there, number one, with the op, and get chance for 2 shots? Number 2, what is happening? Let's go, BOARS. Is this some sort of heaven split? This round is bonkers. Right into the loving arms of Red Star. Numb somehow doesn't die early on. Shane's the only one to get a kill for IZAKO BOARS. My brain is pulsating with question marks, Scriv. What is happening? And I just realized pulsating is kind of a weird word. Not as weird as moist, but pulsating. Interesting. Think about it.
It's very, not like... It's onomatopoeias, like, you know, the words sound like boom or bang or whatever. There's got to be some kind of a technical word for it, but you know what I mean? It sounds like the action it's describing. I think that's what moist is, like, very... Just it feels weird off the tongue, and then the sound of something being moist is uncool. That's maybe why, like, the two things conflated together, you know? Pulsating is kind of the same, I guess. Interesting how language
works. A good
works,
descriptor, yeah. Well, among the mistakes IZAKO BOARS have made, there is at least cash to back up their decision and allow them to get another buy on round 10. 6 rounds is pretty decent for a T side, but they're in it for the long run, and they're in it to get a few more, no doubt. Blue Jays need this round for their economy's sake, as well as the CT side round count. Maybe the op will make the difference. Red Stars seem pretty good with it so far.
Yeah, definitely interesting that they've swapped hands with that AWP. Maybe Rocking not feeling it on this map. Maybe it's Red Star's AWP map. But we've seen Rocking have some really good games on the AWP and some really poor games on the AWP as well. Whoa, Red Star, you can see why he's on it. The trades do come back through, and it is an advantage thanks to the untraded early frag. Oh, and that one from Exus might just seal the deal as well. Num will catch Avis. It's another crazy, hard-to-follow sort of round, not only for us, but also for the players. Num making so much noise and doesn't check his angles, trying to go in fast. IZAKO BOARS really catching Blue Jays with their pants down a lot of the time, to be honest with you. And I think they're doing a really good job of shutting down the madness and the chaos that Blue Jays try to create. They're doing a really good job of, well, not necessarily shutting it down, but keeping up with it for sure.
Yeah, another double up type of round for Blue Jays, and Red Star the first. Okay. Punishing Zui for trying to push through. And Zix is going to wait for more. Oh, is he going to get cleared? Oh, he does it. He's spraying for 2. No. Just drops to the ball. Coming up short, but you know what? He's made them paranoid. He's done damage. The BOARS are still a man down. Running low on utility now, Scriv. Still worth.
Oh, lovely stuff from Red Star. That's a clean headshot from Avis. But ultimately to no avail. And it will be Blue Jays finally getting one back on the board. Doesn't cost them too much either. I mean, it's still going to be expensive. Like, they just don't have any money. No money at all. So need a 4 or 5 rounder, as it were. Like 4 4-5 survivor is maybe a better way of putting it. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, IZAKO BOARS looking to half bite, try and get themselves that cheeky plant. Nice little outside execute coming. I do like the return utility here. The fire going to burn and actually is not that good apparently. So this could be a complete mess. I think they got a smoke down onto it. It looks like maybe. I'm not sure. So many of the players made it through without taking any damage. So I really don't know what quite happened there. In all honesty, I don't know. Tower just flying in. Red Star's able to pick up 2. Ever consistent. Avis, though, finding none. Will be traded back. It's all onto Tower in the 1v2. Red Star creeping in. Tower not ready for him. And Red Star gets the no-scope, in fact. And that's a very costly round, though. Like, Blue Jays are getting them on the board, but I have talked about this cash. It's so important on the CT side, particularly when you're on a bit of a comeback on the back foot, needing to, I guess, put your best foot forwards. And if you don't have the cash available, your best foot is not that great. You may be missing a few toes. To really drag that analogy out.
See what he did there. It's pretty good. Blue Jays. Looking to ice them out. An off angle from rocking. I always find this one odd, because I just pre-fire through the smoke and kind of aim for backside. I find like I always get random there, but for some reason at higher levels it just doesn't happen. So he's hanging out for now. Let's go BOARS, putting a little bit of attention towards outside, doing the wall of smoke. It's going to make Red Star's life a little miserable. And it's so quiet with a minute 12 remaining, Scriv. Just a smoke bounce. I believe that's going to land towards heaven and or... yeah, it's going to land towards windows, towards lockers. Zix is unable to fight, so he has to go wide. They're going to try to swing and trade the open rifle here. That's the idea, but Red Star escapes.
Oh, Sui coming in with 2. Red Star doesn't escape for very long. Beautiful stuff. As the round's been ripped open off the back of it, IZAKO BOARS needed something to work out for them. A hero in the form of Sui looks so very good. The 4 versus 1 now. Blue Jays, as we always say, the issue with taking a little too long to get the engine started is the fact that as soon as you put a foot wrong, they will be straight back to square one here. With IZAKO BOARS already up to 8 rounds on their T side, I think they can be pretty happy. A few more might come off the back of it as well. No real cash for Blue Jays, as we've been saying, right? And this goes back to the half-buy situation. They needed to win it cleanly. As you can see, gonna cost them. Playing with his food ever so slightly there, Dreamer, but all good. Does drop Tower. You should be able to drop away and try and save here at the very least. It's not like the T side have got a load of money to work with themselves.
Scriv, do you have trust in Blue Jays in their T side? That 5 rounds will be enough for them to do exactly what IZAKO BOARS are doing to them.
Oh, I don't know, man. I think it's difficult. I think it is very, very difficult, to be honest.
Big agree.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think the way that they tend to function, and this is what we talked about, right, with like not relying on specific individuals game after game, they seem to have different people on different maps, even like not even across the course of a series. Like everyone is capable of stepping up, which is cool, but that does make like your T side a bit weird. Like you need to step up massively, whereas like the CT side, if you have that really strong across the board, you know, the chain only as strong as its weakest link, but if all your links are very well made, then it can be hard to get through a CT side. And I feel like that's where kind of Blue Jays thrive. But then the T side, they're very unpredictable and random. So if you're not ready for that, it can be easy to get overwhelmed by them. So it's kind of a weird one. It is kind of a weird one. But I do generally feel that their CT side, particularly because the AWPers, as you see, right, they have a lot of room with the AWPers. a lot of versatility on their offense. I think their CT side tends to be a bit stronger.
Oh, well, Blue Jays running all over the place. They hear IZAKO Boars come down towards B, and it is a sprint to set up around here. Rocking, gonna get mollied out of position. That's gonna send him forward. Red Star stuck behind sight. Things are getting weird for IZAKO Boars. There's Sui to get involved. What a play from Rocking and Dreamer. And out of nowhere, IZAKO Boars, their split up B tactic has just faltered.
A bit. Still capable after that frag. So not completely out of the question here, Keith. Exus will drop none as the bomb goes down and Sui finds the head of Dreamer. Wow. I mean, a complete shift within that round. The split looked good, then it fell apart, and then it fell apart for Blue Jays. They lose that one player and they just lose all their information and control and everything, and then the remaining two can't get in whatsoever. Absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. But we'll see here. We will see here. I mean, Blue Jays going to try their best with this buy. It's really not looking too good. I mean, they're the type of team to make it work, but still, IZAKO Boars just seem to have their number on Nuke at this point, which is kind of what we expected. Great flashes coming in. They rip apart the A-bomb site here. Num trying to be fast on the back end of things. Dreamer does stand strong, and Num looking good. Suddenly, it's a bloody 3v1. How's this happened? Exus with it all to do.
A lot of work, and that's a good start. Whew. Don't know if he needed to try to scope that one, but it works. And he's going to be creeping and crawling. He'll have to deal with the backside, the Heaven player, then the one close to him. How's this going to work? Dreamer's gone. Red Star just a deagle. And he's going to peek, miss shot, P250. No. Red Star robs him. Exus thought he was set up perfectly while I punched my mic to ruin the moment. I'm very punctual, but IZAKO Boars can still be happy with 9.
Yeah, I think so, right? 9 on your T side. Pretty good. Pretty good. You can definitely be happy with that. So, we'll see how it continues into the second half. I mean, I don't know, man. Blue Jays, pistol, it begins here. Let's take it step by step, I suppose. Do, of course, have the odds, which have shifted pretty massively. They really do not fancy Blue Jays in the second half. Of course, LootBet, our primary betting partner. Shout out to those guys. Always a helping hand. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like it might be a little harsh, but we'll see. We'll see. They really need to get off to an explosive start.
Harsh, perhaps, but could be within the realm of reality. Blue Jays get heard crossing. The vent rotate will go in. Avis about to be met with a flurry of players. Takes the headshot angle. Can he get one? No. Run over. So he will not get cleared in vents. Bomb gets dropped. He spins back. He needed another. It's hard to pivot in those vents, and they'll come right back up to A. They'll take the count of players that rotated down, plus getting the kill on the A site. And IZAKO Boars about to lose a pistol unless Tao has something to say about it. Quiet up till now. He's the kit man, and it's Zix alone script.
Wild. Crazy frags coming in. The flurry from IZAKO Boars. Zix has got to do everything. Such an important round here. He's being spotted out. He's being closed down. Not looking good. Tao pulls out the nade. He gets it in. And the nade does finish him off. A crazy little exchange. As IZAKO Boars will somehow come out on top of that. Both of them still alive. I felt like Tao, especially going in there, was going to get taken down. I don't know. That was wild. IZAKO Boars, though, going to get that 10th round. And they do get the bomb plant, but Blue Jays immediately on that back foot that we talk about being very scary for them.
Devastating. No doubt about it, that one hurt. Blue Jays right back to their typical Armor Galil AK buy script. They love this one. But Nuke is a map that requires utility and lots of it, in my opinion. How are you going to squeeze this one out? It works on Dust 2, Mirage, and other maps because it's more puggy, it's more aim-based. Nuke, you don't get as much off of a pick as you would on other maps, especially without utility to back it up, Scrivs. So, a lot of pressure on the boards not to make a mistake. X's he learns real quick that the Blue Jays love this type of force, and he'll alert his teammates.
Oh, Tao. Okay, that's a little awkward. He does manage to get the first. I mean, there's maybe an argument to let them pass there and try and play around his teammates. They'll lose their advantage because of it. I mean, kept kind of even, but I feel like they definitely could have come out on top of the situation there. And now Blue Jays have a lot of control and pacing in their favor. 30 seconds left. Yeah, IZAKO board's very unsure of where to go. I like the setup at Hut, though. I am a big fan of this. Zix, meanwhile, timing going to be everything for him. He'll creep out. Is the check going to come into heaven that we've seen so many times from Sui? It will, after he finds the kill onto Red Star. Wow, Sui on that Famous seems to have done all. Dreamer will drop him, but he has no idea about the auto shotgun. Just about able to dip away, but only for a second. He prolonged his death, as IZAKO boards will get the 11th. It's a little close, but you'd kind of expect that up against the buy that Blue Jays had. Now, I would imagine an eco coming in from Blue Jays, so it'll be double the score line of their opponents, IZAKO boards, assuming they get this cleanly.
Looking like they may. Throw them up to 12. 6 rounds on Blue Jays. Starting to get worrying. This will set them back a wee bit. To the nades towards outside will deal some damage. Sui. I mean, simple headshots from him. He is clinical thus far. Maybe even get the flicks up. Shane's pushing with the auto. And that should do it. Dumb's going to be in a world of hurt. That thing has range on it I didn't even know existed. He'll keep that going. I don't even think he wants to update. I think Shane will keep it. We'll see the op from Exis. Head towards outer yard. Somewhat, honestly, considering this is what you would call a CT bonus round, it's really stacked.
Yeah, it is definitely an interesting one in that sense. Definitely should be workable. I feel like the thing is as well, they have so much utility available that shouldn't really be any trouble. The limitations of the weapons, though, of course, the Galil and the XM1014. But we'll see. It's all slowed down. The first 30 seconds, not an awful lot happening. We're seeing this Hut pressure again from the IZAKO balls. It was solid last round. And a really nice setup. I love the aggression. I love the kind of safety of it. You know, you can creep in there. It's something that not a lot of teams expect anymore. Dreamer, though, is definitely expecting of it. He'll find Sui. Smoke coming in to make life difficult for Shane as well. Meanwhile, Exis with a nice little shot onto Num, making things even. Has he clocked the player jumping across? I don't think he quite has. Yeah, turns away at the wrong moment and might just get crept down here. He will indeed. Zix takes him out. Losing hell control will really throw them for a loop. However, Avis, quick trade back. So 3 versus 3 is where it all ends up with the final 30 seconds of the round.
Yeah, Red Star creeping out. Shane using the smoke to his advantage. David, Big 20 needs to win, and he will. He's lost his sight. Teammate, they double peek him beautifully. Tao alone. And he is thunder stepping. Not throwing a great flash. And it's a little awkward. It's a little embarrassing. But hey, you know what? You just close your eyes. You move on to the next round. You say, you know what? Avis can drop it off. Everyone else can buy. Sui can drop for Tao. We're fine. And it seems like he'll just drop an M4 instead. No one dropped Tao. Okay. That's fair. Maybe he couldn't budget it appropriately. So he'll downgrade. M4s aplenty. Recovery time.
Blue Jays staying alive here. Need to keep it going. IZAKO BOARS, meanwhile, although 5 rounds looks like a lot, their economy breaks here. It suddenly becomes a lot closer. Severe lack of utility coming into this round as well, so I think there's going to be trouble for IZAKO BOARS. The setup not working in the previous round. Some slight changes here, but they're not really able to answer back. They can't fight outside massively, although they do have a couple players out there. Putting bodies out there, I guess, instead of relying on utility. Wow, Tower, great little angle here. Able to find one. He needed to be eliminated there. However, he does so much damage. Avis is well going to drop Red Star. I'm not quite sure what's happened here, why Red Star's getting caught off by himself. But he will. And it's a 4v3 for IZAKO BOARS. 45 seconds. With no real control or game plan for the Blue Jays. I feel like they're a little unsure, a little caught off here. Shane in a great position to deal with them as well. Sui on high getting another. Exus comes in from behind. And Rocking will be the only one left. Manages to drop down, but it costs him most of his HP.
This plan's not happening. As much as he wanted it to, it will not happen. 13 for IZAKO BOARS. Blue Jays will be halted buy-wise and momentum-wise, stuck at 7. Although the number inherently to me is lucky. You kind of want to get off of it and move on. So IZAKO BOARS are going to jump up to 14. And they're going to force. Guess they feel like they're out of options. Don't want to play with IZAKO BOARS on 14. They want to stomp them here now, Scriv. They want to halt their progression right at this moment. Because they also have a feeling that CT economy isn't stable yet. And they don't want to give them the legs to do so. So I admire this.
So we're going to open up. IZAKO BOARS looking to take us into the second map pretty damn quickly. They are confident in their nuke. They want to get onto Inferno and show IZAKO BOARS, show Blue Jays, sorry, what they've got. It is brought back into a 3-on-3 though, thanks to the hands of Zix. Now looking a lot better for Blue Jays. A nice little off angle for Tower though. He has been a menace in these types of positions. Oh, a little bit of a broken spray down. However, no one able to drop him, and that might be the kill that makes all the difference in this round. Working their way towards the B-bomb site. Avis is here pretty quickly down the vents, not making a lot of noise. Exus, meanwhile, on that back-end flank. But of course, they've not gone all the way down. They've wrapped back around towards Heaven, and we'll find the A-bomb site somewhat isolated. Avis is up quick through the vents. Will it be enough, though? They are definitely here in quick succession, Keith. I just don't know if they have the manpower. Ooh, maybe I was wrong.
Oh,
maybe
okay.
I was wrong, and Num's flamed out. So
yeah.
Surely someone gets on the bomb pretty quickly.
12 HP for him to do this. He's going to have to walk out. Smoke on the site. Nexus will spot him on top. The Boars go to 14. They have counteracted exactly what you said might not have been possible. Blue Jays stuck there on 7. IZAKO BOARS continuing to press forward. They have weathered the first initial force by a Blue Jays. You know there's another one coming if you're IZAKO BOARS. It can't afford to not. And IZAKO BOARS looking really fresh.
Yeah, looking pretty damn good here on Nuke. I mean, it's kind of what we expected, but even then, this is really cool. Really, really cool. Wow, and a bit of a desperate buy coming in from Blue Jays, I must admit. A lot of pressure on this. Sui as well spots out Zix just before that smoke goes down, I believe. Sprays him through it. Will drop him pretty damn quickly, and they're not able to answer back in any shape or form. Really not good at all. The Blue Jays opening exchange falls out of favor, and they have a smoke. And now a man less. Really, really, really dire situation.
Definitely not the place you want to be. Nexus looking at a lockdown ramp. No utility for them to use, Scriv. Nothing. They just walk into the op. Easiest kill Nexus will get for a while. He'll just reposition. And Blue Jays have even less options now. Do you continue this ramp brigade? You finally have found Nexus, sure, but you don't have the bomb. It's on Rocking's back, isn't it? Yeah, and he's stuck at Squeaky, which is half open. This is absurdly risky, but I kind of like it.
Oh, Shane coming in with a big double, triple even. He just eliminates everybody. Shane's absolutely popped off to secure the 15th. And just like that, I think the hopes of this map might just have fallen away. Blue Jays really not looking good at all. Yeah, it just completely falls apart there, to be honest with you. And they will try their best, but they've got 8 rounds in a row, starting with this bye, which is even worse than the last one somehow. Yeah, really not looking too good at all, Keith. Well, they'll do what they can. They will do what they can, but I don't think that's going to be an awful lot. Dreamerton trying to take an early fight, but will end up falling. Num does come through with one onto Sui. Where are we going from here, though, boys? Are we dropping down? Are we continuing on A? It looks like they're going to drop down desperately. Again, brief advantage earned, or a brief even, I should say, from Blue Jays. Big nade coming in. I think this might just be it.
Looking really likely. At least the bomb plant's in. Rocking Numb, what kind of post plants can they get into? Very open. No utility type of post plants. They're going to be figured out very shortly. A fight that Rocking had to win, and they've narrowed it down. They found him out. That's going to be 16 IZAKO BOARS. They will sweep it in Nuke Scriv. Kind of what we expected, no?
Yeah, I would definitely think so, to be honest. I feel like they live up to expectations with that, definitely. Really clean stuff, really solid stuff, making sure that they are able to keep Blue Jays at arm's length the entire time. No real competition, if I'm honest, right? We did see a little bit of a comeback from the Blue Jays in that first half, but into the second half, just the one round. So really nothing at all to write home about there. And look, man, I feel like Inferno a much better map for Blue Jays in terms of comfort. It's not a terrible map for the IZAKO BOARS. They maybe don't play it as much, but just in the matchup itself, I think IZAKO BOARS are in their heads. They won the best of one earlier, yet to drop double digits. I just think they are kind of a counter to the style of play that Blue Jays have.
Yeah, and IZAKO BOARS really good on Inferno too. It can lead to a little bit of individual prowess. Maybe Dreamer, Rocking, Zix can have a couple rounds here and there. But it's also a team-based execution, working map control, very similar to Nuke in a lot of aspects. So I think Blue Jays could be in some trouble, but I'm willing and hoping that this map pick is going to counter IZAKO BOARS. We can go to a third, because I think we've deserved it. But what we've earned is a quick break. And when we come back, it will, of course, be Inferno. Blue Jays pick. Hold on. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Malta Vibes, brought to you by Gaming Malta, the home of gaming excellence. My name's Keith the Fortune, in case you forgot, because you might have. Recent rebrand. And Scriv, how can you forget How can you forget Scriv, the man over here on the other side? And we're on to the next map. BLUEJAYS IZAKO BOARS took it on Nuke, which shouldn't be too much of a surprise, but they did it in kind of, maybe dominating is a bit too heavy of a word, but a controlling fashion.
Yeah, it wasn't that massively one-sided, but like it was one-sided enough that I think it's convincing. You know, it's not like offensive. It's not obvious that BLUEJAYS were a complete mess or whatever, but it was definitely a convincing victory from IZAKO BOARS. To be expected, though. I think that's kind of what you're getting at. Definitely to be expected. It's one of their better maps, one of their more comfortable maps. Moving into Inferno, there's maybe some more vulnerabilities, but I'm not entirely sure. I feel like BLUEJAYS just can't quite play to the level that IZAKO BOARS do. It's not even like a firepower thing necessarily, just that kind of structural, the way they set themselves up. Some of the CT setups were really cool, and the T side, like, very, very lackluster from the BLUEJAYS, if I'm honest. So it definitely does seem that we have a kind of a bit of a discrepancy in that sense. But I'm not sure. I feel like coming into Inferno, there is certainly a chance that BLUEJAYS could give them a good run for their money. I don't know. I feel like the level that IZAKO BOARS are hitting at the moment might just be a bit too high. We talk about statistics a lot. You know, it's a really good way of keeping track of teams and whatnot when you don't watch them all the time, or maybe you're watching a team like IZAKO BOARS. In my case, for example, I've not watched them for a while. The lineup's still fairly the same, but it all comes down to the matchup. It all comes down to the teams on the day, and I just think that IZAKO BOARS are on that other level today.
Yeah, I agree entirely. I think they're just playing a lot of teams. Yes, they're lacking, as you said, perhaps firepower, but maybe not necessarily showing that today. Playing really well. I think Inferno and Nuke are two maps that play really nicely to their style, which is a bit more control-based. They like to be passive on the CT side, but know what they want to fight for. Ramp Nuke's kind of a prime example of not having to be aggressive on CT side. And Inferno's kind of the same. You can win without fighting for banana, without fighting for brackets, without fighting for halls. It's going to be made way more difficult. But if you have really good like utility control, you're going to hang on to those smokes until you really need them. I think it lends well to their play style. Again, a map that values good rotates, and they're really great at finding that information to rotate. I don't know. I think the first two maps are just really suited to IZAKO BOARS. So I think BLUEJAYS are going to be in some trouble, even though it's their map pick.
Yeah, I think we're kind of in the same boat in that sense. They're definitely taking their time. Everyone's in at the moment, so we should be getting into the action quickly, but they are wanting to, of course, take as much time as possible and work things out. Like, they do have a much better idea of how to approach this map, I think, and much more potential to win it. And it might come down to some closer rounds and whatnot. But look, you just have to look at the scores and everything. Like, Avis, Shui, Sean, all looking really, really good on that first map. So I feel like even individually, BLUEJAYS might be falling behind a little. And I have a feeling they're a very mental team. And a lot of the time, the matchups that they win kind of come down to that underestimation, the confidence, the massive amounts of confidence that they have. And then some of the games that we've seen from them that they lose, it's kind of like, okay, yeah, they're better opponents. It's to be expected, right? This is not a massive surprise, honestly. But a team like IZAKO BOARS are on the same sort of level, a team that they might win. They might beat, they might lose. You know, it's hard to read into. And it just seems today that like IZAKO BOARS are getting the better of them and maybe have even prepared for this matchup in a big way.
Yeah, definitely possible. Let's go ahead and jump into the knife round. I think it's going to be more BLUEJAYS than it really will be for IZAKO BOARS. But I've been wrong before, Scriv. I have been, believe it or not, once or twice in my life I've been wrong. But to be honest, not often.
Same. And I would imagine there's a lot of people out there watching who are also very rarely wrong. Because that's kind of the way the world works, you know? Everyone thinks they're very rarely wrong. And I mean, that's fair. I respect the confidence. Either way, Blue Jays going to be wrong coming into this one, of course, kind of, or they'll start off on the wrong side. How do I segue that? IZAKO boards win the knife round is what I'm trying to say. Maybe not the smoothest way of getting through it, but fairly long day. We're towards the end here. Of course, the fatigue is something that you've got to consider, particularly if you're Blue Jays, where they've played 2 back-to-back best of 3s. And sure, they get some time in between, right? We're not completely unfair, but still, it is somewhat... somewhat hard to bounce back.
Here we go. Pistol rounds upon a Scriv. I feel like we've been waiting so long for it, but it's only been a few minutes, haven't it? Let's take a look at those live odds, Scriv, and I cannot blame them for leaning the IZAKO boards way. Shout out to LootBet, our primary betting sponsor. They are the boys. Check out the banner below and in chat for all the goodies they are offering. And Blue Jays, a pistol that I wouldn't say is necessarily needed. We know they're forcing in the next round anyways, Scriv. The story's kind of laid out. And Avis with a CZ up close and personal, bodied by Red Star. But I don't know if they can be ready for 2 more, but Red Star sure is. Tao gets run over, and Red Star's running amok.
Oh my goodness, absolute machine. That's exactly what they needed coming into the early stages here. Exus, though, with a disrespect 1 tap, despite being on low HP. Oh, the nade gonna finish him off. He was kind of far away from it as well, but no armor and only 14 HP. What can you do? All going to be onto Sui then, moving in towards the site. Going to get that kit from construction, but he needs to get 3 headshots. Well, maybe 2. And tap away at the last one. There's the first. Looking a little more doable, making a lot of noise though, clearing out a lot of angles quickly, and they're really not peeking into him. Great little jump peek, but as soon as he's seen 2 at once. Dreamer the only one that's required, but I think he was dead to rights there anyway, and Blue Jays will indeed convert the pistol. So... nice explosive start, exactly what they needed to give themselves some breathing room and just that sigh of relief coming into their own map pick that they can indeed start off well on the T side. Little comfortable. Really do like the vibes coming in.
Here we are. The MAC-10s, SMGs, looking to run amok for Blue Jays. Red Star deserves that AK in his hands, doesn't he, Scriv? And a boost into the flower pot from Tao and Co. Red Star going to be lurking on the opposite side of the map, not wanting to get caught off guard with his AK, so swiftly to back up when he spots a couple players, rightfully so. And it appears that IZAKO boards are very comfortable. They're hanging out right now. They're getting a good feeling of the map, but they're starting to get split. These 2 banana players could be in some trouble with Shane and Co pushing down mid. Scriv. The timing on this is oddly great. And Exus is going to drop a deep smoke. Shane's going to find Numb. And this may just force Blue Jays to be.
IZAKO balls maybe giving them a taste of their own medicine with this one. Not over yet, but the force buy certainly is looking good. And more time taken here from the T side. I guess trying to split the CTs up ultimately, which I can definitely get behind. Early smokes coming in, but rocking. Oh, ahead of the pack. He's so blind, but thankfully the bullets keep Tower at bay. Don't find the frag, but a lot of damage coming in. The rotation's now going to start. Avis just burning here, trying to get himself a frag. He will do so. Tower can't really do anything on low HP though. Red Star's left so low. This it's really hard to call. I don't know which way it's going to go. Red Star comes in with the pre-fire. He gets one. The second comes through. Exus though is in on the smoke, and that'll be the round. AK retrieved. He's certainly happy with that. IZAKO Boar's going to steal things away in the second. Indeed, taking a lead from the Blue Jays book.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
What a pull from Exus here. Through the smoke. Clutch headshot on Zix there, Scriv. That is what you want to see from the IZAKO Boars. Blue Jays, I guarantee you force buying has crossed their mind here, and I hope they just don't do it last second, and that is exactly what they do. See, if you're gonna do a force like this, if you do it right away, it screams to me the IGL made a call. If you do it last second, it screams undecidedness and unsure what to do, and you don't really have a plan. You're just going to kind of default, and that's worrisome to me. The buy, in comparison, is decent and can fight against IZAKO Boars. It's just the timing of it is worrisome to me.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely get behind that. It does seem panicked, and I always feel indecisiveness kind of is that downfall. Dreamer will find Shane. No, we've got Sui up close, so they're going to be ready for Immortal, and with 2 quick frags, the third setup. Surely, no, Sui can't trade it. He kind of needed to, but they are scared off of the B-bomb site at the very least. The round's still up in the air, 3 versus 3, of course. I guess the HP bar's a little lower for Blue Jays. Not really clear cut as to who's going to come out on top of things. And they're walking into the kind of heavier defended A-bomb site. I don't think it's going to be as easy as they think it might be. Yeah, Exus finds the head of Rocking, able to drop back off the back of the flashbang. That's a really tough angle from Avis. Does jump the gun a little early, but he's still alive, staying alive, buying time. Does get taken down. Panicked, I think, is a good word for it there. And the bomb should go down here. It will indeed. They have grouped up. 2 versus 2 coming in. And a nice little bit of utility to keep Pit at bay. Red Star not quite able to find the heads. He gets the first, but Sui locks him down. And IZAKO Boars got the second. It is awfully close. It is awfully tight between these two teams early on. The force by Wars, of course, back and forth. But it does appear that IZAKO Boars maybe find themselves a bit of stability. Surely they don't buy into this one. Well, okay, maybe they buy, like,
don't say that with so much confidence.
But full buy. Surely they don't full buy into this one.
Yes, that would hopefully be the correct thought as well.
Man.
They're chasing that back. Now, okay, I'm going to play devil's advocate here. Okay, the buy, sure, awful. Mac 10 Scout, you get a couple Khalils, an AK and Rocking, no utility, barely any utility. Sure, buy lackluster, but you know you're really close to breaking the CT economy. And at least they're coming into it with some sort of play, like this banana boost. But again, doesn't justify it for me entirely. I understand they want to chase the IZAKO Boars economy because the round's been very close, back-to-back rounds, which means IZAKO Boars are just still 1 round away from being broken. And their loss bonus is going to continue to build, but I wouldn't have mind pistols and just buying next, kind of just giving up the chase.
Yeah, to be honest, like, you can see why. Double spray down from short to open us up. Like, it's just not worth it in the end. Avis going to find one of his own. Maybe a second? No, he does bite off a bit more than he can chew, but Dreamer's the only one left. He might want to return his meal as well. It's definitely not what he signed up for when he agreed to force buy with the rest of the boys. Ooh, nade will finish off Sean, surely. Yeah, it does so. 1v3 though, still going to be tough. And a great little angle from Exus, yeah. Not expecting it at all. Will be dropped. 3rd round comes in, and surely, with no bomb plan, they eco. They will. But yeah, it all comes down to like team philosophy. I think it was with DK Truman yesterday, but I was watching Apex, right? And they won the pistol, lost the subsequent force buy, and just immediately ecoed, and then got rifles out in the what would be 4th round.
Wow.
Rather than just buying back and buying back and buying back, they just took it on the chin. We lost the force buy, bit silly, but let's just go for the rifles as early as possible. So I think it really does depend on like that team philosophy, and you know, they're all in the same kind of boat on this Blue Jays side for sure.
No doubt whatsoever, Scriv. 100%. And as IZAKO Boars, one of those teams that are more reserved, while Blue Jays are a bit more willing to chase. Exus going to make sure this M4 doesn't get picked up for free. Dreamer jiggles this one out and tries to take a random shot and will not connect. Exus will reset. Tao will come over and help. And the A side is certainly on lock, unless they find two blisteringly quick headshots with each Deagles. They may just get out traded. Tao will start it off well. Dreamer will be next. And with the smoke going down, Rocking might as well either force through it or try to go back. But no matter what, it's going to be 4-1 for IZAKO BOARS script, in my opinion. Nothing like it. Exus, come on. Thank you. 4-1. Blue Jays will be buying here. Opless, full AKs. They've had decent breaks with these force buys, like the good path and good utility usage. I could see what they're going for, so hopefully that continues into the rifles.
Well, here we go. First proper clean buy from either side. AWP in play for Exus, of course, no AWP on that T side. Blue Jays opting to stay away from it, as many teams do. IZAKO BOARS can get this one. I think it would be a very dominant message to be sent early on, but Red Star quick up into mid room, drops Exus, gets his AWP. Thanks very much. We know that Red Star is capable on that AWP as well, so a dangerous man to be giving not only the first frag, but also the big green gun away to. And now 5-on-4, just like that. This is good for the Blue Jays. I mean, it's fairly early on. There's still a chance, if get aggressive, to come back from this. Oh, great little flash. He's walked straight past him, though. Dreamer, unblind, just waiting patiently, is rewarded massively. Might even get a second here. He doesn't. Robbed by the 15 HP that Avis had left. And Avis able to get another one. He's got no ammo left. He will drop, but might have done enough. I'm not sure. It looks like they're being kept at bay. Tower's the only one here. Sui is miles away. So yes, it's a 2v2, but it's going to be very easy for Blue Jays to isolate the 2 versus 1 battles, unless Tao just ring around the rosy on the site. Does eventually get taken down, but this has been recovered back into a 1 versus 1, which I would have said initially after the opening frag and the weird Dreamer exchange would not happen. However, Sui, he has a chance.
Timing is key here. Sui. Oh, he gets banged up by Zix. The left angle peak will best him. And Blue Jays are right back on their winning ways thanks to Zix. Now, their money obviously isn't great. Zix will have to drop, and they'll have to budget on a couple players. This gives IZAKO BOARS not quite the full buy, but a buy back. And in fact, Scriv, instead of dropping an SMG and buying an M4, they'll go into the double ops. Ooh, this buy is spicy to say the least, right? Instead of guaranteeing those rifles and utility, especially that you need on Inferno, like Inferno's a very utility-heavy map for the CTs. The fact that you go for double ops instead of utility, to me, screams you want to rip apart Blue Jays' default and try to just work this opening pick very heavily, and that's totally the case right now.
Oh. He's not going to dissipate. Manages to find one. Can't get away. Is it enough? The B hit coming in. Avis, the last line of defense, at least for now, until the rotations come in. He's just trying to hide away. Really playing things well here. Nice and patient. There's just too many targets, and Red Star drops him. With that, they might look to save. There's a lot of utility come through towards CT. The AWP, a great weapon to take into the next round, right? Shane's on the back end of things, but not really too confident. So yeah, I feel like they're going to look to save here. Blue Jays doing a really good job getting back into things. And of course, they've found themselves a break in that all-important economy.
Shane wants an exit. He definitely doesn't want to keep this going into the next. The other op is gone. Will he clear left? He will. Backstick. Can he get them both? No. Damage is decent there, but it's just not enough. If he got the AK, he would have had a chance to maybe convince his team for a buy here, but no. That has slipped by. They'll have to not concede, but fight for with pistols and the one op on their side against the stacked Blue Jays side. And, Hellcase, Scriv. Whew! Malta V 15, they're hooking us up. They are our case partners. Hundreds of cases, esports tournament mode. giveaways, they are the site to be when it comes to case opening. Check them out in the banner below, as well as the codes, of course. And right back into the action we'll jump into, Scriv. So they do end up buying around it. I swear they have taken the Chase the Economy game that Blue Jays have been doing, because this buy, inherently weird to me, because you could have a full next.
Yeah, maybe a little. Great little flash coming in, though. They've clearly got ideas. That's very awkward indeed. The flashes are great, but the player on high, not able to deal. The nade comes back through for the trade. Definitely not said and done just yet. The rotations are here pretty quickly as well. There's still anyone's game. Plant coming in. Aggression. Attempted. Exis through the smoke. Going to drop Zix. That's pretty big. Avis as well has the down low on that player that's gone for the plant. However, Num is able to take him out. Shane not too far behind. Also can't find the frag. Num standing strong as Exis will look to 1 versus 2 on the AWP. Going to be hard for him playing contact, and Num drops him as well. A big 4K coming in from the big man, and now he gets himself a Dragon Lore. Yo, let's get it. He's going to be happy with the orb retrieval.
Well, we knew that buy was questionable at best, and the outcome is kind of a play to that. IZAKO BOARS is going to have to give up the lead now. Blue Jays will jump to 5 on their T side. Exis has 12 kills somehow. He is silently creeped up, Scriv. I didn't even... I know he had like a couple of rounds of the triple here and there, but mainly silently, consistently fragging. Blue Jays building this T side bank, which is lovely to see. And so far, bouncing back well after how Nuke played out. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised it's their map pick, but this is our first time seeing them play this map, Scriv, together. If memory serves. I could be wrong on that, though. I am lying. We watched them play Sinners.
Yeah.
I do remember. That was, listen, in my defense, yeah, it was 2 weeks ago. I can't remember what I did yesterday.
Yeah, I've been casting a lot of Counter-Strike recently, dude.
Yeah.
It's all kind of blending a fair amount. Either way, hopefully should be back into the action soon. I am interested to see how it's going to go down. IZAKO BOARS with a pretty nice start to things, right? When it was all crazy, wild, force buy stuff. And then Blue Jays, once the rifles become a bit more consistent and stable and whatnot, they actually look better, which was not, I will admit, quite what I was expecting. So, an extended pause coming in. Of course, IZAKO BOARS can't really buy into this round, Keith, but see what they get done in the next rifle round.
Here we are. Mac 10 for Rocky. He's the spaceman, the opening pick man, perhaps. Chasing back the IZAKO BOARS players who tried to fight Banana early, Scriv, but don't have the weapon or utility to really put up much of a fight. They're just going to get bullied this round. Maybe there's bully hunters that can come defend IZAKO BOARS, but I don't think it's going to happen this round. They are just going to get run over. It's almost inevitable, unless a couple unreal Deagle clips happen here, which I'm not against. But Blue Jays just going to set up a pretty sound execute, smoke CT, Molly quad, Molly dark, and just kind of go from there. Very reserved, very simple from the Blue Jays. What you like to see.
Yeah, easy stuff. Deagle in play for Sui, but he's blind. Finished off easily. The rotations are in quite quickly, but you don't expect too much here. Yeah, just getting mowed down by the Mac 10, ultimately. I think he might get himself another frag if he plays his cards right. Meanwhile, on the back end of things, Chain is dropped. Exis next. He is indeed. And that'll be the 5th round for Blue Jays. So, going the way that you fully expect in that round, this is where it starts to spice up a little. For sure. See what the deal is here. Gonna go for a relatively solid buy. The AWP in play. No one's got a kit, which, with the amount of money that they had, I think it would have been cool to have someone buy one of those useful kits. But all the same, see what they can get done off the back of this buy. Blue Jays coming in nice and fast. 3 players here. Got to be careful, Zix, and he is being kept at bay. Takes a bit of a tag, I believe, from the AWP through the broken wall. And the CT is going to start to push forwards. 1 for 1 so far. X is coming in with the AWP on the other side of the map. We, meanwhile, going to make all the difference. Ooh, and a nice little boost up. Really quick moves. However, Num finds a frag onto Avis, who I think was the player on the bottom of that boost. Yeah, that's a little nuts.
He saw the player shooting at him, and he just whips down and flicks the player through the wall. Num getting the wrong guy. But they'll take it. Deep CT smoke being tossed by Num. I think it was just a on the whim type of thing, and it's not going to bait anything. Streamer Num now to try to come in towards mid. A little bit of a one-way toss by Shane. They still have plenty of time on 42 seconds, right, to work this. Maybe try to catch a CT player off guard. Shane. Molly to big pit. He won't worry about what's above him. He'll worry about what's in front of him. Through hay comes Num. This is going to get so awkward. The flank through mid's coming through. Dead to right. Num's gone. Out of AAPS comes Dreamer. And he's not around for long. Tao will secure it. They now have the free double up, which is huge for IZAKO. BOARS on Inferno is so hard to deal with the double ops. Blue Jays, you're going to have to answer back real quick, because you do not want the CTs to build up a little bank for these last 4 rounds and continue this double op.
Yeah, definitely after a bit of a pause, a bit of time, they clean up house, look much more decisive. 1 for 1 as a quick rush down middle there. Avis, I feel like lucky to get away with even the 1 frag. Does he weaken up the A-bomb site, sorry. So should be able to perhaps find a hole in the defense, but the rotation coming in pretty quickly from Sui. They've pushed Tao forwards on that secondary AWP over at B. I really do like this here. Oh, Sui just swings out, wins the fight against Num. Thank you very much. Shane, sir, there's players on short. Please be careful. Oh, God. Zix coming in with a double, and it's all falling apart. It's all falling apart. He gets caught completely off guard. Tao, the only one left. It was looking really good, but Zix, the man in behind enemy lines, able to drop them down a couple players and, yeah, just secure the round off the back of it by the looks of things. Unless, whoa, okay. That's a nasty little shot. Happens pretty quickly. Is there a kit? I think there is, just to his right. Not out of the realms of doability. The nade going in. That will drop Red Star. Now into the 1 versus 1. Smoke goes down, trying to bait the peek out. It comes, and Tao finds it. The 1v3 out of nowhere on the AWP. You never expect that, but he's in so fast, and he just does not miss. Perfectly placed nade to boot. My goodness, what a clutch.
What an absolute beast. He gets in library, as you said, so quick. Catches that 1 player off guard. Really nice nade usage. Like, what a pick on that player that planted the bomb. That's the key one that really facilitates this, right? Because the head angles on site are hard to deal with an op. The nade was a bonus. It all came together so nicely. Right when IZAKO BOARS needed to steal one, Tao will make sure they do. And he's not even an opper, but he makes it sing, Scriv. That's what you just love to see from an individual stepping up for its team. Blue Jays, 5 rounds is great for T-side, room for more, but the money is invested here, Scriv. This is the turning point for both teams. This is the one moment in the round, in this half I was waiting for. That's really going to determine the outcome of it.
Oh, big nade damage as well there. So, certainly making the difference here. Flash into banana. No one around. Very cool. but there actually is. So it might be somewhat misleading. Sui, the timing perfect for him to escape. Quick boost coming in. Playing things nice and safe. I mean, yeah, this is a really key round for them to be converting here, Keith. Like you say, and well, guesses looking good. Rotations coming in nice and early. Oh, the return utility as well, going to split them up massively. Rocking does find the first, but at what cost? Oh, Tower needed to survive a bit longer there. The kills coming in on the other side of the map as well. I mean, it could certainly spiral out of control, but if they play tight enough, they should be able to trade, surely. Avis finds one after the bomb plant. Second comes in for him. 3 more to go. It just doesn't look too doable. And Shane, meanwhile, sorry, is on the other side of the map, trying to deal with Dreamer, but he can't. 6th round on the board for Blue Jays.
Okay, there's that recovery that they needed right at the exact moment. 6-6. I said it's going to determine the rest of this half because now, for the rest of it, Blue Jays, they're going to have a buy advantage. And we're going down memory lane once more with this clutch from Tao. Shame they couldn't string around off of it, Scriv. And now, Blue Jays will have buying advantage for the rest of this half. USPs here. No real chance for damage outside of the stack. But Blue Jays have been very coherent and very default heavy and clearing everything. They do not take a site without getting some sort of info, whether it be brackets, top banana. They've kind of been all over the info game.
Kind of the kings of it, to be fair. Really, really cool stuff. Slower approach to this round. I guess the Blue Jays not really sure of how things are going to go down here. Zix just pushing forwards. Yeah, looking good. No crazy shenanigans. There is a bit more of a stack deeper into the site that they might not be expecting, having found 2 kills, but then they're still wary, right? You find 2 kills on USPs. It's like, maybe there might be a few more players here. Avis, has snuck in. Gonna try and get a bit greedy for the frags. Oh, no, Avis. He doesn't even get one. That is a mad trigger. That is a mad trigger. He is furious at himself. Oh, goodness. And rightly so. There was a good couple of free frags there.
Whew. Managed, handled, looking to 8. IZAKO BOARS op is back in X's hands, but the utility script, every buy from IZAKO BOARS for the most part has been lacking that utility that facilitates fair fights for a CT side. It's just been hit and it's been miss. Red Start is gonna wide swing and absolutely clap X's. This is the Blue Jays factor. They have picked up the pace and they have started to run over the boards.
Absolutely, man. They are getting the better of them in these past few rounds in a big way. Did think this was going to be a bit harder for IZAKO BOARS coming into Inferno. Boy, I am not a big fan. I mean, they kind of have to go for it, I guess, but like, I don't know. Tough. It's tough. As far as they go, though, for final round or final round of the half buys, that makes sense. It's maybe not the cleanest way of going about it, but it's the final round of the half, and it's a buy in the final round of the half. Okay, that's cool. Hello, Exus. Quick run boost, and he claps Num's head clean off. This could be the answer back that they were looking for.
All right. The scout, damage, Avis, yes, drop on Dreamer, gun goes down. They're gonna try to push and confirm and grab that weapon. Instead, they like their numbers advantage, so hanging out for now. And Blue Jays, what do you do, right? You have a player who's 1 scoutable and rocking. you have a running out source of utility. I think Red Star just ran all the way back for another smoke. So they're going to execute on B. 3 players here for the Boars, Scriv. I have a feeling they may be able to hold this, but it comes down to the first contact. Waiting out this smoke. Exis, will he get the drop? Will he get the first shot? I'll talk into CT. A re-smoke's incoming. He will connect. Damage dealt. Sui with the first. He'll drop off. And Red Star 6 are so low, Scriv. IZAKO Boars are rotating. But will the firepower be enough?
Find out. 6 really low, but Red Star have been playing well. They're going to swap the AWPs across, go for the old Bogdan's Law. See whether they can make it work. Easier said than done. Definitely an unenviable position here for both teams, to be honest with you. Zik's going to land the first. He takes a wide angle. Able to drop back in. Playing it safe. Bomb ticked pretty far. They need to get these frags quickly and get onto that bomb quickly. Looks like they'll find the frags, but they ain't going to have the time. So that'll be the 9th round for Blue Jays coming in. They will go into that second half with a pretty damn solid lead at a 9-6 scoreline.
It started so well with this from Exis. How sick is that? Just for it to all come tumbling down with no time. That's the half. 9 rounds for Blue Jays on the T side is really good. We've seen them struggle, however, with banana control. It's been something they've struggled with, if memory serves, on their CT sides. But with having such a round lead, especially now jumping to your CT side, which would be your comfort side on Inferno, I think they're feeling pretty good, Scriv. I don't think Pistol's really going to make or break anything, really. But the Boars don't have a lot of room to make mistakes.
No room at all. Hopefully get into the second half quickly. I'm sure they don't want to rest too long here. Blue Jays looking pretty damn good. I feel like IZAKO Boars maybe were hoping and happy to be in a decent position after this first half, but it's not the case. Blue Jays definitely bouncing back well after the somewhat quick write-off of the first map. It's worth noting, however, Keith, both these teams seem to be more prominent on that T side. So 6 rounds might be enough for IZAKO Boars to work with, particularly if they get the early momentum going that we talk about all the time. It is so very important.
I do love a good tech pause, Scriv. I don't know, something about it makes me feel really bubbly inside. I'm assuming they'll be back in shortly, Scriv. Are you checking the appropriate channels?
Yeah,
or should I say, could you?
Anything really? We just got the 9th rounds that we had coming into it anyway. So yeah. Okay.
Okay. PC restart. PC restart. Okay. So Scriv, I want you, and this is gonna be not a long question. I want you to describe your favorite CS player and the best CS moment you remember.
So, favorite CS player? Let's see. Hard question, you know. I am going to go with Kenny S. Okay, and I know that's kind of like a very cliche answer, but one of the international events I've done, big flex, okay, big name drop. I met him, right? And we like, you know, we're at the after party. Actually, wait, no. Now that I've said that, again, just for the pure flex, got to be Makalele, because he follows me on Twitter.
Okay.
Hell yeah. You know,
all right.
He was at an after party of a different event, and you know, we got chatting, and I was just like, yo, you want a drink, dude? And he was like, yeah, sure, man. What's your Twitter? And he just followed me on Twitter, like off the back of that, I guess. So, cool guy. Cool guy.
Solid.
From my experience, my brief experience. And then the best moment got to be that Take TV event. We've talked about it already, but like one of the early events that I watched, and it was a really fun event, and I wish there was more like that super chilled and laid back kind of vibe. If you like chilled and laid back, you know, Loot Bet, they're pretty chilled. They got the Malta vibes, of course. That's why they're here. They got the code Malta, and they also have 10 free spins, 100 bonus euros for you on your first deposit if you use that code. We're into the second half though, Keith.
Push into mid. Red Star could have his hands full. He hears them all running around. Someone has to clear this. But Red Star's all over it. And a gush on a Tao. You're just going to live now. Yes, they walk into an empty A site. Excuse me. Yeah, maybe they'll plant. But that flick from Exis. Oh, what a nut shot. I don't know how else to react. Molly in hand to slow them down here, Scriv. This is going to be so insane.
Bloodbath on the way. Slowly but surely creeping in this first fight. Going to be the key fight. Zix making noise, but he gets the better of Exis. Oh my goodness. The frags come in almost instantaneously as Blue Jays will get the pistol on the board despite an explosive start from IZAKO BOARS and getting the bomb down. Blue Jays shut them down quickly. They'll be on to the 10th. And that explosive finish to the second half will continue. Explosive finish to the first half, sorry, will continue into the second half. Really good stuff from the Blue Jays.
Well, the Boars will do their famous buy, won't they? They're following in the footsteps of the Jays. Pistols, AK, Galil. Tao just didn't get the memo in time, I suppose, so just only gonna go with a Tech 9. Banana control for Blue Jays. I said they've struggled this in the past, but honestly, this is a pretty good look. And Blue Jays looking to hang on to this, Scriff. I don't know if they'll be able to. Being tested as Zix, and he's very alone. I can't believe he's peeking while alone. This man is ballsy.
Yeah, definitely, dude. They're all pretty crazy, that is for sure. But we'll see here. It's only the one frag. It's not like it's unrecoverable for the likes of IZAKO BOARS. Maybe given a bit more time, they can work their way in. The AK changing hands. Oh, and creeping forwards, rocking, getting a bit greedy. 30 seconds left. The burst will come through. There's a couple players here to deal with still, and of course those rotations going to come in fast with the lack of time in the round. Numb in and around the smoke, somehow still alive. Exis though, the danger man up high, takes down both the B defenders, and it will be a 4 versus 2 retake. The bomb plant going to come in. Is it going to be required? It will, but Dreamer falls pretty quickly after the fact. Sui with 2 on that AK in the end. 3 overall for him. IZAKO BOARS get the force buy.
Wow. Okay. This game's taking a bit of a spin, Scriv, and I don't know if I'm ready for it. Maybe I need to strap in. Maybe should invest into a seatbelt in my chair. Because we go through some craziness. And IZAKO BOARS, double AK, the M4 ripped out of their hands. Famas brought over. Sitting very pretty, and Blue Jays buy. I guess loss bonus hasn't built. If they save here, it wouldn't be a full buy next with utility anyway. They've won, I think, 1 out of 4 of these rounds thus far throughout Nuke in here. So maybe they can turn this into 2 out of 5. That'd be pretty good.
Brackets control secured. The B stack, unfortunately, going to be nullified here, and Sean's over here keeping attention on B as well. They're just going to creep in, rocking pretty blind, trying not to make too much noise. Will creep out, spots the head of 1 second, shows himself. He can't get it done, though. He will fall, and I think the round goes with that. Sean falls on the other side. He gets a frag. Hands an M4 across, and yeah, they'll just look to save. So IZAKO BOARS up to 8. Trying to close this gap as quickly as they possibly can.
Yeah, this is just getting tough for Blue Jays. I mean, look, they get out with the M4, sure. Again, don't think they can force around this M4, and I hope they don't. They need to take an entire save on Rocking and Zix and the rest. Don't buy up utility around this armor. Don't upgrade it because it's free, unless they're really chasing IZAKO boards down here now, right? But back-to-back rounds, 3 alive, 4 alive. That's going to build this T-side money. Look how much it jumps here. That's securing a buy next, no matter how this next one goes, right? So Blue Jays, hopefully, full save. You can invest maybe a flash, a pistol here and there, because you're up to, like, I think 3-round loss at this point, maybe even 4. So this should be a save. Should be 9. If you're Blue Jays, you know, you're maintaining a lead until your rifles come back out. So that's at least calming a little bit.
Somewhat. Yeah, this first buy round definitely going to be the do or die moment. A really key round coming up shortly. However, IZAKO boards, I guess, need to get through this one nice and clean. It's not clear cut, not over just yet. Great angle from Num as well. I love this, right? This is the type of round when you pull this sort of an angle out. Could pick up a couple, could turn the tides. They are still stacking B once again. So, very sure of that. Num, though, on high. Able to find one. Let's get a flash around this corner. Maybe swinging into him is certainly risky. They do drop him after he only finds one. And finding that M4, I think, is worth the one player. Can be fairly happy with that.
Well, M4 is gone. They're walking to the solo A player. Rocking only has a USB scriv. And unless he has a perk that allows him to turn into Iron Man and fly around, I don't believe he's going to be able to hold this once pressured. He'd be hard-pressed to even get one. I'm just being a realist. And yeah, just good timing on the pinch. Won't be able to do anything. Blue Jays, honestly, I could see them wanting to save the armor on Dreamer and Red Star. Zix might as well just try to get an exit, but either way, gonna be the round to go boards. As we thought, Scriv, they get out 3 AKs and just watch this money explode even more. And I don't even think they'll break out the op. I mean, they may. Axis could give the AK to Sui and then pick up an op, but not necessarily required to have a successful T-side. And as we've discussed in the past, very hard to be. There's a difference between being an opera on T-side and an effective opera on T-side Inferno. Very two different things. So I'm not sure if he's feeling comfortable with it. It is, in my opinion, the hardest map top on T-side.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's fair. Just feels like the CT AWPer can get to a lot of the key angles faster than you can. Apart from maybe like the mid peak, but then you just don't peek mid, mate. Like, don't take the risk. Either way, this is what we've been waiting for. IZAKO boards really starting to build up some speed and cash, confidence, all that good stuff. Blue Jays, meanwhile, shaking a little. We'll see here. No AWP on the CT side, so they could come at them thick at fast. Also, not very much offensive utility to speak of. This time, not putting as much pressure on that B bomb site. Keeping 3 here on A. Very light utility coming in. They're just going to burst their way out. Num is ready for Tao. Oh my goodness. And they just walk straight into the meat grinder here. Absolutely destroyed. Shane is able to get one, but that's it. That's it. Exis was on the other side. He was to be that lurking presence. Maybe cut off the rotations, but the initial hit is just a mess. Water falling out. Don't know if I'm a big fan of that, guys. Never really been massively successful. Exis will get one onto the player on site, but this smoke at pit gives so much room for Dreamer to work with. Yeah. He'll drop him. Blue Jays get the 11th and look pretty good as soon as the rifles come into play.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great response. Unfortunately, you won't be able to break out an op for Numb or Red Star, whoever they wish to have upping on the CT side. And that fact that IZAKO boards can buy here, pretty full. Actually, very full. Exis is going to break out the op, so full utility. AKs for IZAKO boards. They have gotten closer, but they're surely not out of hot water yet. They best Blue Jays here. They'll have a round to breathe and conserve themselves and then get right back into it. But Blue Jays, 3 alive, Scriv. That bodes really well for their confidence. They've been a little awkward when it comes to Banana. Again, ignoring it late. Their success early, and I mean early, aka pistol, really determined with Banana control. Even their first rifle, we saw them control Banana. Now getting very timid, and I don't know if that's the lack of an op or lack of confidence that's showing right now. But IZAKO boards taking full advantage of it, defaulting across the map, baiting out Brackets utility, baiting out Banana utility all at the same time. And this is the worry when you're not so well versed on maintaining your utility on the CT side. You're going to get baited into using it.
Very true. And in a way, it could be a blessing in disguise here for IZAKO boards if they can get the round off of Blue Jays, eliminate all the players as well. Their loss bonus not really stacked up. I don't know if they'd be able to buy into the next, so still an equal, if not more, pressure on Blue Jays coming into this round. Nice find from Tower. Oh, and they're going to wrap B. Very good read here that, you know, that player, Arch, often comes from the B-bomb site. Zix is boosted up, manages to find one, and they will immediately turn tail towards Banana on the CT side of things. Great utility usage, though, to eliminate Zix. Make sure he is only able to find one. With the 4 versus 3 coming in all through this choke point, yeah, not ideal. Once again, perfect stuff. Red Star lining up a molly will go towards Dark, I would imagine. They're just waiting for the smoke to dissipate, and probably as the round goes on, thinking, yeah, time to save, time to concede, make sure we can get the buy into the next round. As you look at their economy, they should be able to drop things across. I think it'd still be like a good 2,900 loss bonus for them, so they should be able to drop some weapons across.
Banana control coming to bite them. Just look at the minimap top left and see where those CTs perished. Quad, Fountain. They ran out of utility, ran out of options, and had to fight to their backs to the walls. Scriv, that's what's going to happen when you don't at least sprinkle some control across the map, or get some good info to justify rotates, or fight and bait out equal utility that IZAKO boards are getting out of you early. It's going to snowball into this. A force buy, I believe. I mean, Rocking maybe didn't get the memo. No one drops him from Moss. Nothing. Very concerned for Blue Jays. We're not taking a pause and talking about this, because now Zix is broken, has no utility, and it seems like he did it alone.
I don't know, man. Might have just gone for it. Or misbought. I often misbuy UMPs. I don't know. Orb shot doesn't quite land. The speed coming in here from IZAKO boards looking solid. Chain going to drop Numb, and he should be able to drop Rocking, I say. And then 2 quick frags from him. Somehow. Really clean stuff. However, on the back end, the round called into question as Banana now cut off. They're not able to go that way. It's a 3 versus 2. Dreamer and Red Star. Not looking good. Trying to get as much utility down as they possibly can, but as they do that, more time ticks away. Great trigger discipline from Exis. Now it's all on Red Star, who does not fancy his chances. Will look to save once again, and even that's going to be difficult. He does get away, but pretty heavily damaged.
I'm becoming very impressed with IZAKO boards approach, Scriv. I don't know if you're feeling it, but they're jiving really hard right now. Blue Jays with the loss bonus. You know this is a buy, even if Zix can't buy. Because Red Star lived, Zix will get bailed out for perhaps misunderstanding the comm of last round. Up for Rocking. You know things are getting real when Rocking gets the up, and not just one, but two. They sacrifice a molly, they sacrifice some kits, and they break up the double up. This is the right change, but is it the right time to do so, Scriv? Because it has an impact in their pockets.
We'll see, man. Are they going to be on the right or the wrong side of history? That's the question here. Great boost up, Rocking, and to find the head of Sean. Absolutely love that. Bit more of it as well, as they'll back away and go for another boost around the corner. We've seen this from them in the past. Certainly something they've been looking to work on in their repertoire, it does appear, though, are those boost plays. But yeah, really cool stuff in that sense. Oh, barrel spotted, and Tower with a quick headshot around the corner. See you later, sir. Evens things back up. Numb's left on 16, HP. Definitely looking dicey. 4 versus 4, anyone's game.
Sui has some timing here as he walks up hay bales. I don't know if he's going to clear graveyard, though. Dreamer's just waiting for utility, right? No, normally people do not walk here. Like, it's rare. So now he hears the stab. Snubb's going to get the first. Good pick from Dreamer. How does he get the spray control flick to Avis? Exodus will molly him out. It may even take him out. He's actually able to get away with only taking 2 HP from the molly. How does Dreamer make it look so easy? And Exodus alone, Scriv. Is there another clutch left in this IZAKO BOARS side? A posted op, a couple rifles. Exodus the first. And I think that's all he's going to be able to go for.
Yeah, it looks that way. 10 seconds left. Not a chance. They will buy in the next round on the IZAKO BOARS side of things, but Blue Jays making them work for the 2-0. May well see us through to the third. The Blue Jays have somewhat struggled to string them together in recent memory. The bank not broken for the T side, and I think if they get a plant, they might just be able to force one together in the next. So, work cut out for the Blue Jays, that is for sure. The double up setup, though, definitely paying dividends. The one thing for me, Keith, is I think going for those spooky little boosts that work out initially, right, and able to find some early frags and give them early pressure, they're hard to replicate, right? You're only really going to get caught off by those once. Maybe twice if they have different boosts in different areas. Speed coming in from IZAKO BOARS, though, is completely unsuccessful. The flash is just not working. Oh, no, and they're going to walk straight past this player in Cubby. He's waiting for a moment to strike. Oh, no, Red Star. There were 2 sitters. There were 2 sitters. He does tag them up heavily, but doesn't find the frags, and the manpower going to make all the difference. Surely, Dreamer in apartments holding down A, at least for now. And the smoke begins to dissipate. None also missing shots. They're not really that bothered. You are getting shot from behind, by the way. Little weird, little awkward. Dreamer coming in into the 4 versus 2. Exus drops 1. The bomb plant has to be readjusted. Rocking will take down Exus and deny the bomb plant as well. He'd crept round the corner, drops him, and Sean will be the only one left with no kicker. The CTs don't have to move at all. They spot him out. Encroachment should begin. And yeah, he's just being baited out here for the shot in the side of the head. Dreamer drops him. That'll be the 13th for Blue Jays.
Look at this from Dreamer. This is the spray control that just blew my mind. So well done. 13 for Blue Jays. A third map could be on the horizon. Not buying. Just gets the AWP, of course. Some armor, some pistols, like a Lil. Interesting script. IZAKO BOARS give themselves a chance, but are being very modest and willing to play with Blue Jays on 14. But the double ops continue to plague them, perhaps, on the Blue Jays side. And this B-pop has been successful in stealing rounds away before. Would not be surprised if they can do it again. But it has to start with a pick from Exis or Shui.
Contact on the AWP. Looking to creep his way forwards. Oh, big nade damage coming in. Massive nade damage actually in the smoke as well to keep them at bay. Really well done, and it means kind of the A-bomb site is the only choice by the looks of things. But even then, they've not baited out a lot of this utility. 35 seconds left, about 30 seconds to get the bomb down itself. Numb going to be the first line of defense. Flash comes in. He's not blind at all. I think he hits 2 there. Not quite sure. There's really not a lot of time to go. He gets another. He gets a third. Numb not falling. That is massive. And Exis will be the only one left with 20 seconds and 5 players to find. I think it has fallen apart for IZAKO BOARS. Blue Jays looking so dominant in these past few rounds. Up to 14. IZAKO BOARS, I would recommend a pause, to be honest. Unintentional, Ryan, but it is definitely looking like it's required here, Keith.
Blue Jays with a well-timed pause. They don't strike me as a team that do like taking pauses, and especially if you've watched this Nuke and Inferno match. But hey, a well-timed one here to discuss their options, to talk what they're up against. Full AKs and utility. Do you believe this is going to be enough from IZAKO BOARS? Scriv, what do you want to see? Do you want to see a set pieces or defaults working? I feel like you can against these ops. They're getting picked apart.
I just like to see a little bit more patience, I think. Like, we've had a lot of these rounds recently where they're just rushing in. And look, if it worked, I get it. But, like, their flashes are just really not well placed for a rush mentality. Yeah, just not working, like, at all. So, I feel like bit more patience from them. It might be too little too late though. Blue Jays just really hitting a groove towards the tail end of the second map. Probably going to take us to the third.
Let's go. BOARS are out of options here, Scriv. They gotta come in towards the B site. Rocking the first 6 spray is helping, distracting, so Rocking can cut them down. It's Sui alone, 1v5. Yeah, he'll grab the bomb. But what do? It's constant nades raining in. You're in a smoke, hoping someone walks through. It fades. 2 players appear, and you go down. 15 for Blue Jays on their map pick. I'd expect nothing less from them.
Yeah, they've absolutely knocked it out of the park at the tail end here, finding the energy, revitalized, seemingly shutting it down. Anything left in the tank, at least on Inferno, for IZAKO BOARS? Not entirely sure. They also have this kind of caveat of like, right, we already have the map, we'll go to the third, we beat them on train earlier. Maybe they are kind of mentally checking out of this one and already getting prepared for the next. We'll see. Rush coming through. So very blind. This is a bit more effective, although they're not finding the kills. And Rocking all able to come in with one. What's happened here? All over the map, there's kills going the way of IZAKO BOARS. 4 versus 2 with an open B bomb site. Feel like they'll probably just save. Like, there's no point taking the risk on the Blue Jays side of things, and they're very confused, I think, as to what bomb site it's going to be.
They're hanging on, Scriv. Not done yet. Avis and Exis make it work. Blue Jays want to just save the op. It's expensive. Plus, you can't buy an AK on the CT side. That'd be kind of crazy if you could. So Dreamer's going to want to save that one. 12 for IZAKO BOARS. 3 more rounds in a row to push for overtime. Doable, possible, within reality, but it's going to be hampered with full buys, utility, double up. I imagine they're gonna break it out again, because why not? Rocking got a triple kill not so long ago with that op on the B side hold. Not having to fight for control either towards Banana, just getting free picks consistently from backside. They should upgrade that Mac 10 to an AK though. There we are.
There we go. And there it is. Num coming in with the early one. That double upsell once again. Looking very, very good here. Red Star, perfect timing. Double spray down. That position worked brilliantly as he gets another. So he will be the last to fall, and not a single frag coming in for IZAKO BOARS in that round. 16-12, Blue Jays will indeed be taking us across the train. A really, really good showing on their map pick. Kind of, as we said, to be expected, but all the same, I think they can be very happy with the way that they played there. And a solid showing, a really good bounce back at the end. I'm kind of impressed. I would honestly thought that IZAKO BOARS were in their head, like we said, and were looking a little better in general. However, Blue Jays happy to take the Inferno. Train is, again, though, going to be an uphill battle.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I think IZAKO BOARS put up a fight, Scriv, but they just didn't get enough on their CT side. And I think that translated to their C side, having to chase rounds, get into that utility fight that they probably didn't want to, or the economy fight that they didn't necessarily like or do often against Blue Jays. And the outcome is Blue Jays walking away. Issue being now, you're going to, what is it, Mirage, if memory serves?
Train, my guy.
Or Train, excuse me. A map that IZAKO BOARS know well again, but it's the map where we've seen Rocking pop off with that secondary op. It's another map that supports double ops that IZAKO BOARS didn't have an answer to. That could be a problem, because I think IZAKO BOARS might be a little worried of those double ops. They didn't really have an answer to it on Inferno, and it's even harder on Train against the double ops.
Yeah, it definitely was wild towards the end there. Like, I don't know. I think they just need to kind of turn things around and look a bit internally, because there were some weird choices, those like rush rounds and whatnot. Like, I guess trying to beat the double up in that sense, but I don't know, man. I just wasn't a fan towards the end. I think IZAKO BOARS definitely hit a bit of a brick wall and then just kind of checked out, and they were like, whatever, dude, let's just go to the third map.
Well, that'll be that. We're going to take a break. When we come back, it'll be Train. I can't wait. Hold on. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Malta Vibes, brought to you, in case you forgot, by Gaming Malta, the home of gaming excellence. And in case you forgot another thing, which I'm not saying you did, but in case you have, my name's Keith LaFortune. Joining me is Scriv. Whew! Scriv, not only do you have an amazing beard and hairline, you also have a decent prediction game so far. It's looking pretty good for you here.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, man, I'm good at hiding the hairline. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Fair play.
yeah. We'll leave it at that. Either way, and I mean, I have the joy of, like, you know, the hairline, not so hot. The growth, though, you know, the thickness still there. Anyway, enough about being middle-aged or whatever. Train. I think we've said coming into it is going to be a really hard time for Blue Jays for sure. IZAKO BOARS have already taken them down on it earlier in that best of one. They'll be wanting to get the revenge play, but I don't. Towards the end, although it ends close, right? 16-12 on Inferno, as you can see there. I don't really know that it felt that close at the end. Blue Jays just started dominating them and really turned the game around. When IZAKO BOARS were like hot on their heels, it was 11-11, and then Blue Jays won around, and then IZAKO BOARS got one back, and it was like, whoa, here we go. And then Double Upset came out, and they just fell off a cliff. Like, literally, man. Obviously not literally, but, you know, so massively the drop-off came, and it was very strange to see. So I don't know. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt in the sense that it's like the mental checkout, wanting to get into train as quickly as possible. But you never know. There could have been some internal issues there, and Blue Jays might be able to exploit that even further coming into train now.
Oh, yeah. Well, knife round is up. And as far as train's concerned, you kind of obviously CT side. Who's going to take it? Knife round already way underway, and it seems like Numb's all by his lonesome. So it's safe to assume IZAKO BOARS will start CT side. That's pretty big for them. Unless Numb can fancy a dance and a knife round ace, which I haven't seen ever. So,
I mean, not impossible.
Okay.
Close, though. To be fair to the lad. Did Alu get that one ace one time? Back when knife rounds were, like, still active in and shown in the bigger tournaments?
Maybe?
Or was that? It was definitely a crazy clutch, right? On this map. You remember he was, like, floating all around with the ladders and stuff? I don't know whether it was an ace, though. I can't remember off the top of my head. Anyway, IZAKO BOARS do indeed. It doesn't really matter how it goes down. They get the start on that CT side, and the bookie's fairly confident in them. Loot bet out here. Our betting partners, of course, shout out to them. None of this would be possible without them. But they give the favor to IZAKO BOARS quite heavily, I would say. So, Blue Jays definitely going to have to do some work to bounce back.
Molly. Smoke toss. Rocking. Out he goes through T-Con. His teammates out ladder. Shane gonna have them all unlocked. His teammates, if they don't take care of them first. Shane want to get involved now, and he's missing the easy ones on Dreamer. Bomb goes down, man. Advantage for the Boars. They know where every Blue Jays member is. And the last one, Sight and Ivy. Make it just Sight. Red Star alone, back Sight. Can he isolate 3 1v1s? We'll never get an answer to that, but he gets shut down. And IZAKO BOARS bounce back from a rough start in the pistol to bounce it back, keeping 3 alive. But watch out, because the almighty famous Blue Jays force buy is coming back.
With a bite as well. Because they got that bomb down. So definitely going to be confident in themselves. And they are going to go for it. Try and spread the wealth. Maybe get some AKs about. Or go for those ever trusty Galils. I think this could be effective for them in a round like this, where IZAKO BOARS definitely recognizing the force buy is coming with the rifles to fight. They have a lack of utility, so I feel like Blue Jays could definitely rush into B and get the better of them. The A site not quite susceptible to rushes, but all the same, yeah, it does look like the B-bomb site might be the site of choice here. They have a smoke for sidewalk, I guess, which they're not even going to use there. We'll see. We'll see. They might just burst out, honestly. They do need to be careful. Nade being held, and they are very prepared for this. Rocking, meanwhile, in all the nooks and crannies, walking out. Oh, my God, and gets the hard drop. What's happened there? Sean will turn back onto him. The big nade damage coming in from Tower as well. Wow. Mowed down. Absolutely mowed down. We don't see the smoke come out. The MAC-10 had a smoke. I think the sidewalk smoke would have been really nice just to try and isolate that player on site. I don't see why you wouldn't use it. I get Dreamer not using his nade because it's a little more situational. But you have the control when it comes to smokes. So I really don't know why we don't see it. Sean with the finish gets his 2k. And 3 surviving for IZAKO boards. So a pretty clean round there, actually.
Told you there, the buy was coming in from Blue Jays, and it certainly did. Handled extremely perfectly on the side of IZAKO BOARS. Mowed them down. And Blue Jays will be saving a kit, or armor, excuse me, bought up on Numb. Some pistols around the board for Blue Jays. Gonna have to take a bit of a knee here and allow IZAKO BOARS go up 3-0. The perfect start that they needed on this CT side, right? First 2 maps, the first 4, 5, 6 rounds were absurd. Back and forth, crazy force buys, non-stop buying. This is finally the calmest start we've had. It happens on the 3rd map. Exactly what the boards needed.
Yeah, looking to fend this one off as well pretty cleanly. The 2 S's coming in with the opening frags. Avis, got to be careful. Might bite off a bit more than he can chew down here. There's a couple of them, so yeah, maybe playing with fire over there, but all good in the end. We'll manage to drop Dreamer through the smoke. Oh. Terrible. And they do have the bomb, of course, in plain sight. I think the round all said and done. The next one is where Blue Jays will need to pull out a pretty strong buy. IZAKO BOARS, an explosive start from them, looking kind of comfortable, building up some good cash. Or certainly possible here, but I'm not sure whether they'll want to go for it. Yeah, maybe if someone had died there. But for now, just going to hold on to as much money as possible.
Will we see a sound default, a quick execute, no ops? Just feels weird, by the way. I feel like every rifle round there's been an op either from the BOARS or the Blue Jays. Very op-heavy teams. Great flashes over the top. Give Red Star so much space, just he can't capitalize on it. Zui comes back with 2 as he catches a player coming through the smoke, and it's Dreamer and Rocking alone, Scriv. Just like that. 3 for the price of 1. The BOARS will take that exchange any day.
Yeah, looking to seal the deal here. Dreamer is the only one left. Not really expecting too much from him. Does have the bomb. Smoking a molly to work with, but they know where he's at now. Surely should be able to take him down sooner rather than later here. So yeah, definitely looking good in that sense. They will encroach, close him down. He does manage to get 1, but they're still surviving with that Benjamin. I just completely messed that one up. Bit too fast there, Keith, I think. Words are very hard. I apologize to the audience.
Wait,
Bare
that was
minimum
real?
of 3.
That was real.
I just minced my words, yeah.
Oh, okay. I actually thought you were kind of doing it for like a part of a funny.
No. I am not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Very tired at the moment. I don't know why.
I can relate to that hardcore, but that's just funny. I'm sorry, Scriv.
It's okay.
We can laugh.
It's okay.
We can laugh at each other. It's banter.
Yeah,
Friends
from
like
time
that.
to time, you know.
Yeah.
I'm cool for some self-deprecation.
Exactly. I'm happy you said that, not self-defecation. That would have been another
awkward.
Sign of your tiredness.
Yeah.
But this round, looking in the bag for IZAKO BOARS, still worried because you never know what Deagle or the Tech 9 of Dreamer's going to do. An AK on Rocking, if he can even just get timing on 1. I don't know if they're going to be able to bait this long enough. The bomb can get into a successful place on A, but I'm willing to be proven wrong. Scriv, looking like it's going to be 5-0 IZAKO BOARS, though, and that's kind of huge. This game's been going by really quickly.
Yeah, it's a bit wild.
Bomb has
Definitely is a bit wild. Okay, Tao able to move in here and probably make things happen. Okay, Rocking, though, suddenly it looks a lot more doable. The defuse coming in very quickly, 6 HP, and Rocking's just not ready for the hold. Sean going to hold it, knows he's very far away and that he is most likely low. That comes a hell of a lot closer than you would have expected in the end. But it is IZAKO BOARS taking over the line. At the very best, the one silver lining, of course, for Blue Jays is the fact that they are able to get a lot of damage done. But I'm sure they would have liked that round. Maybe if Rocking had come alive a little earlier, they could have picked it up, but not the case.
Ops aplenty. Didn't take too long for Blue Jays to break it out on Numb. You knew it was coming as soon as I could afford it. But the second on Avis is a bit of a surprise to me. Exus has been pretty decent when it comes to opening frags, trading out. But it is training after all. Double ops are prevalent often. And Blue Jays are doing a bit of a default. No one in towards T-Con. Opening pick for Avis towards Ivy. That could bear some problems for Blue Jays because I think Numb was going to do some utility tossing. At least they get the one back. That's ideal for Blue Jays, but they have to deal with Sui in ladder. He's the infill player. He's the pivot player. He's the one that allows Shane to play as aggressive as he is, Scriv. This round is yet to break into chaos, but you know it's coming.
On its way, for sure. Oh, and they both drop into Sui. I mean, like they had to get there with the flash. I'm not quite sure he accidentally hit mouse 1 to begin with and then just waited or whatever. I don't know if that's some kind of a mind game, but like they had him flashed and they take too long to drop down and he just gets a massive double spray. That's got to be the round. 4 versus 2. Red Star will get a quick one onto Sean. Nexus distracted by said frag, so suddenly it doesn't look as clear cut. Dreamer through the Molotov, able to win the fight. And now down to a 1 versus 1. Sui pretty low. Up high goes Dreamer. Into the smoke goes Sui. Oh, and this could be massive. Dreamer just creeping on in. Makes the noise. Sui knows exactly where he's at now. Knows that he's got the bomb. Patience. Oh, gonna pay off. And indeed able to take him down in the side. The 6th for IZAKO BOARS. The past couple have come very, very close, but IZAKO BOARS clutching it out. Taking them over the line more consistently. And looking very, very good while doing so. Yeah, this is just a little ridiculous that he's able to get away with that, Keith, I'll be honest.
It's feeling like the Boars are back on top, kind of like they had control on Nuke on CT side, right? In control of how the defaults are going to play out. All the fights are on their terms. They're getting good utility usage out of Blue Jays prior to executing map takes. They're not afraid to aggress on certain rounds. I'm getting very Nuki vibes, but this time, the run boost will work for Numb. Exus peeks into him, and that is exactly what Blue Jays need on a round where they're low on that utility. We'll creep and crawl up Ivy. The response from the Boars is to take T-Con. This is about to get messy for the backstop player in Avis, and it is. Sui's gonna have to double in. He is! And now he's going up. Will he spot the Heaven player in time? Dreamer sure will. And Red Star, I don't know if Tao saw him, Scriv.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Tao seems to think it... Oh, could be B. Sean's pushed in and found the bomb, Keith. This is massive. Sort of giving up control of it. Going to be spotted out by Numb, who drops him. 1v3. And Tao too slow. Not quite there fast enough to help his teammate out. So, it looks like Blue Jays finally, after knocking on the door for quite some time, should be able to get themselves around. I am hedging my bets. Not quite clear cut just yet. His tower's in a pretty good position, but misses his shots. And Numb will clap him out. 3k coming in from the big man. Pretty explosive stuff as they do indeed get their first on the board.
Well, you lose one round in this new fierce economy, Scriv, especially on the CT side, and if the rounds are close, your money is just broken instantly. Never given a chance to build up a bank on the IZAKO BOARS side, and you can see the outcome. Blue Jays, money somewhat scattered, weaponry's at prime. Red Star's gonna spray down and drop the molly down, not wanting it to fall. It's gonna force Sui back. Avis will try to push up, but all in all, this should be a Blue Jays second. Build cash, right? Because they want to keep 4 or 5 alive here. And then stare into the eyes of the third. This half can still turn in Blue Jays' favor. No doubt about it.
Yeah, Tao gonna have to back away here probably, or maybe take a few more fights. I guess they'll be buying into the next, but like, I don't know. I think the AK would have been nice to save. He was kind of dead to rights, so they had a guy down Ivy ready for him. Of course, shout out to Hellcase here. The final time today. Malta V15, the 2 codes for you guys. The banner down below as well. Get onto their website. They've got a lot going on, hundreds of cases. A huge shout out to them as well for supporting. Into pretty important round here. Like you said, it's a chance for Blue Jays to maybe claw their way back into this first half. We'll have to see. IZAKO balls want to shut things down pretty quickly here as Blue Jays are building up all that dangerous stuff. The momentum, the money. Excuse me. Hiccup. As there's no AWP for the CTs. No kit either. And the buy not ideal. There you go. There you go. The pop drop much better.
Oh, well. Oh, so far so good for Blue Jays, right? Dealing with Sui in towards ladder room bodes a lot of confidence to the Blue Jays. Gives them a lot of control, but they have to get through Ava's. Oh, look at this wrist through the smoke. He is a madman, and he pre-fires the corner, rocking on 7. How is Avis alive? He escapes the grips of the yacht. The second player in ladder, and he's able to fight another day. This could be huge for Avis. Can he double in? He's trying. He's stuck at E-box. Wide swung by Red Star. Tao is going to be in the line of fire, and he's unable to be successful. Just the one, and Exis will not test his luck. Blue Jays will get to 3. IZAKO BOARS starting to lose control.
Yeah, definitely is slipping away from them here. We would assume both of these are decent on the CT side. Never 100% clear cut. Exis gonna look to survive, and it seems he will, at the very least keeping the economy modest here at the Blue Jays. Ooh, I don't know. Okay, alright, fair enough. I was gonna say he's gonna walk into Dream here. He dies to the bomb, though. He dies to the bomb. That's heartbreak. He's quite far away from the bomb, I won't lie to you. He was on 3 HP, so what can you do? Swings and roundabouts. All the same, all the players gonna fall for IZAKO balls. Probably another eco situation for them.
IZAKO BOARS definitely need to jump up to like 8, 9 rounds, I'd say, on the CT side. T-side nuke is very difficult to work. And with the Blue Jays warming up, Script, it makes me a little concerned for IZAKO BOARS, who started off really hot, and it's just been non-stop Blue Jays. Even when the Ops utility are in play, well, a couple pistol calls come in and hang on. They want me to stop talking. AK picked up from Exis. Numb and Dreamer, a missed op shot could mean a 1v2. But he will not miss, and Dreamer will close it out. Although expensive, T-Cash is there. Could have been way worse, like losing the round. IZAKO BOARS will buy right into the double op. No hesitation there, Scriv. I think an opening pick is pivotal. Or playing for something other than ladder control, because that stopped working.
Something's definitely got to change, though, right? They're hitting a solid brick wall here. And Blue Jays getting the better of them. And keeping them under wraps. Honestly, every buy that we see, there's rifles, but that's about it. So it's severe lack of utility. It's been a really tough time. Huge molly damage coming in. Tower double spray down is easy for him. This might be the round Blue Jays kind of handing it to them. Not very much has changed. It's just the fact that the T side try and go too thick, too fast. Emphasis on the thick, I guess. From the north of England, that means bit stupid. I'm being a bit harsh there, I suppose, but all the same, right? Just running straight through the molly. Not very much utility from them. Not a very well thought out play, if you ask me.
Utility for the Jays, trying to clear out this ladder, but it's Tao. He seems to be the man that whenever IZAKO boards need a round, he's the one to find it. Sui spraying down, rocking a trade 1-for-1 is good here. Avis doubles in, and it's just Dreamer alone, and not for long. So the double offs both got a pick. Tao makes a big play. Blue Jays have been halted. It's time to see the resilience and bounce back factor from the Blue Jays. You're buying back. The buy might not be the best, but resilience is what you need now on this T side.
Got to get it back quickly, and they kind of know it. They're going to go for another fast B play, this time met by Tao aggressively. And they lose an early man again. It's not quite as bad as the previous round, but very, very similar. I don't know whether they were going to continue pushing forwards there. It's hard to tell. Of course, Tower gets in their face. They may well have just been going for the brown holes control. With a minute and 20 left, Blue Jays just, again, hitting a rut, not really sure how to come back into the round. And this is something we talk about quite often with this team. They really struggle at getting back into rounds if it doesn't work for them initially.
Another opening pick from the B anchor. No flashes to blind him here. He is going to play close contact because he has support in the ops in the back lines. Rocking's flash will not catch him. Now it will because he repositioned. He's getting caught off guard. Can he drop one? No, but Exus is there. His life is not for vain. There are refrags coming in, and Exus with 2. Rocking definitely needs to find a pick and grab this bomb and plant it, and he'll do just that. The flank from Sui. It is all so good. He knows the other player's behind him, and up and on the bomb he'll go. Covered by Shane, he'll actually lose the fight. But Sui gets back on the bomb immediately. Is Dreamer going to peek in time? 3, 2, 1, no, diffuses in, and 8 for the Boars.
Damn. That one's got to suck. That one's got to suck big time. They do lose an awful lot of cash off the back of it, I guess. But all the same, IZAKO Boar's keeping Blue Jays very far away. Normally I say at arm's length, but it feels like a little bit further than that. Oh, and force buying into this one. I mean, sure, they have rifles and whatnot. Dreamer has held on to his AK and not invested into any utility. It's a weird kind of spend from the Blue Jays. Don't see why Dreamer wouldn't buy any utility at all. Shane able to creep in, manages to find one onto Numb. Ooh, melting down. But it's still a 5-on-4 coming in. Quick boost. Red Star. Solid stuff. It's just like that, we're into a 4-on-4. And now, Blue Jays might have a chance at pulling things back with Sean being so low. And these spooky boosts they love to go for. Looking so good as Red Star just does not stop fragging.
Oh, so he stops the plant. He is just dialed in right now for IZAKO Boards. Traded by Tao. 2 more to find. That nade might be great. And it is, but can he get the spray up? How does Tao control this? So low, both 2 HP. Or 2 and 5, excuse me, but Zix lands the first bullet. The madness of these rounds are making me lose my mind. 8-5. The fashion in which these rounds are ending now, Scriv, just have me just feeling some kind of way.
It is somewhat insane, isn't it? with all this insanity coming in, it can be hard to follow. Oh. I believe we have a stop call, folks, by the sounds of things and by the looks of things. I mean, I would have thought by the Blue Jays. IZAKO BOARS have not really invested anything into this round, although Jane doesn't seem to be moving at all, so maybe they just want to be doubly sure. Yeah, it does look like he is maybe out, not moved at all since dropping out. I don't know. He's just not moving. I mean, we've lost the player on the other side of things. It's just a bit weird. Shane's not moving. So we'll have to wait for Blue Jays to get Numb back in. Hopefully not too long here before we get back into the action.
I liked what IZAKO BOARS are about to do. It seemed like a upper B push to fight against that showers and ladder positioning from Blue Jays. I imagine it's another computer restart. That seemingly was the problem earlier. And just awaiting them to join back. And honestly, all things considered, Script, for this being the third map, for being a good map for both teams, I think we've been given a very close match. CT side leading as they should on train, not by much. 9-6 is looking very approachable with Blue Jays picking this up, and then you fight for the 9-6. It's making for a really interesting next half once we get there.
Cheeky little replay to keep us going here. See some spooky stuff. Love these boosts. These boosts were really cool. There's one just before that as well, so it's like quick succession boosts almost. Seems to be a little bit their specialty. The boost exists. They know about it. They'll get it used in the right place. Really good stuff. Still waiting though, still waiting. So a little bit of a shame for everyone involved. We love to get into the action, get the games going. That's what we're here for. Meanwhile, on the Blue Jays side of things, maybe starting to build up a bit of energy, a bit of momentum and whatnot, and wanting to close the gap as best they possibly can. Like you say, it's not an incredibly dominant performance from IZAKO BOARS. They are keeping things competitive on both sides of the equation, and so Blue Jays do not want to give too much time across to their opponents to think about how they're going to come back into the next rifle round.
Sorry, Scriv, I'm just double checking something. I'll ask you a question so you can go podcast mode.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always happy to ramble.
There's so many things I could ask you, Scriv. What got you into Counter-Strike? We'll go there while I check something.
Cool. Kind of an interesting question. I guess just playing it. I had like a few friends who are a little bit older that have played since Source. Obviously, you always know about Counter-Strike just being on PC gaming and whatnot. But I think it kind of came from my brother, actually. My younger brother was a bit more into it than I was initially. And then he, poor lad, he's about 12. He unboxed a couple of knives. One he managed to sell on the Steam Marketplace, but this was back in the day. Like, he was really lucky he unboxed like 2 in the same session. But then this was back in the day. He got like a Crimson Web. And it was sort of like valued at more than the Marketplace. I think the Marketplace used to have a cap of like £250. And basically he got scammed on CSGO Lounge. Which is, you know,
the early days, yeah.
Yeah, you learn from that one pretty fast. I think that was like 2014, and then yeah, we just decided to get it as a group of friends, started playing it a little bit, And then maybe not until like 6 months later did we not get into it properly and, you know, obviously not compete, but, you know, playing at that serious kind of level and whatnot where you take it seriously and look to improve. And then commentary stuff has just been an interest anyway, like from watching esports. League of Legends was probably the first esport that I played and watched. You know, back when Joe Miller and D-Man were doing it, and they were obviously pretty good. And it's just kind of a cool culmination of the two, I guess. Like, so yeah, I don't know. But getting into Counter-Strike, it was a little late, I guess, into my gaming career.
Okay, what was your thing before? You strike me as like a league guy. I don't know.
Yeah. Definitely. And I mean, I still play a fair amount of League. You always go back to it. It's in the blood, man. You know, where some people, I think, especially been playing it for years. Like, I haven't played CS for a while. I can't lie. And when I do like short bursts. But definitely, League is that game. Again, play what your friends play. Right, so League is that game that the friends always go back to. We go back to CS every now and then, but like I say, the time period that we decide to play and try and get back into it doesn't last as long. So I know it's blasphemy here. Shout out to my League of Legends boys in the chat, but we do indeed have Num back. What about you play League or you play Dota or what?
I started to dabble with League, and then I went semi-pro in Smite.
Okay, cool.
So that was my thing. I was a big mid player. Poseidon, Hebo, those were my boys. Loved playing mid. Used to play against some of the pros. Used to know Matty Pocket. And I didn't see the game going anywhere, so I quit Scriv. Kind of wish I stuck around, but then around 2016 I jumped on the CS train, and here we are.
Here we are. The rest is history, as they say. But we're back in. Didn't take us too long. We didn't go too far down the fill barrel, as it were. But yeah, it's always awkward with situations like that and with internet not working. You don't really know. It's like as soon as you decide, yo, let's go to a break, guys. It's like, oh, and he's back 10 seconds later. So always a bit weird.
Yeah, they actually fell back off of that upper B push. Just kind of relaxing. Ooh, a dink onto Numb. He's gonna be a little nervous. He's lucky he has the op, right? Otherwise he'd be asking for it if he wasn't a primary opper. And it seems like Blue Jays are just gonna waltz onto this site and own it. Scriv, no ifs, ands, or buts. They are debt collectors, and they are here to take their 6th round. Even with the flanks coming through, sure, shouldn't really event into much. If they can pull this off the boards, they can do anything. But this is one of the more difficult rounds of the game. We will have ops in the next round for IZAKO boards, if my math is correct. Tao might even try to escape with this one, but not living for long. Exus a dink, another kill. Hey, this damage is actually really important. He's unlucky that AK was unloaded. Ava's given a chance. Hang on, 1v1. Plenty of time to get onto this bomb with no kit. And he'll tap it. And Zik's gonna take the bait, continuing to just jump back and forth. Ava's just gonna stick this. He actually gets off it again, taking the fight. Oh, what a one-tap from Zix. It ends exciting, starts boring. As most rounds that I think are not gonna end exciting do. And Blue Jays secure the 6.
Oh, diggity damn. That's what we were looking for, right? Pretty damn good stuff. Coming through. Wow. Wow. Yeah, explosive stuff. I don't know, man. I feel like this CT side is where we expect a bit more of the prominence to be. I will have a quick snipe at the last time that they played earlier on today. Do you see the first one coming in for Tao? He looks solid. Wow, and this one's falling apart real quick. 5-on-2 just like that in literally like 25 seconds. Yeah, earlier it was 10 rounds from IZAKO balls on their CT side and then 6 on the T side. So I don't know whether it looks like 9 is that dissimilar to what happened earlier, to be fair.
Up on Avis. I'm telling you, it's going to be the difference maker. I mean, not so far this round. It's been the rifles claiming Blue Jays. But I think on the T side, we're going to see a big difference from Numb to Avis and how they approach this T side. Looking a lot like a 9-6 end. And I've talked him out of the server. Gone. Shane, banged out. Maybe he too had his net drop. And all of a sudden, it's a 3v2 script. This is getting awkward.
Yeah, definitely kind of weird. Seems to be internet issues plaguing a lot of the players. I think that's the reason why Num dropped out as well. He'll drop out this round for the bullets. So glad to still have him with us. But of course, he gets written off in that round. And 9-6 secured for IZAKO BOARS, as to be expected after their strong start. Yeah, we have lost a player once again. Oh, welcome back. Avis is in. All good. We shouldn't have to wait too long. Obviously, got to make sure he's comfortable and everything. But it's a good time to drop out at halftime, to be honest, because we don't have to match medic or anything. So nice guy for choosing his time wisely, I guess.
Question for you, Scriv. Do you think Blue Jays will break out the double up as soon as I can on the CT side? And will it make a difference in the longevity of the Blue Jays here, you think?
Okay, so first part, yes. It definitely seems to be what they've done on the earlier maps, right? They come into the CT side and they force buy. They obviously force buy. I mean, they love force buying, but they pull out the double up setup as quickly as possible. I think my brain wanted to say they force the double up setup as quickly as possible. But the longevity, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. And I mean, neither a loot bet. If you look at that, the odds kind of staying where they were at the start of the matchup. So we'll see. The T side getting ready, getting prepared with a lot of utility coming into this pistol.
Craziness towards outer yard. Tao goes taking the high ground. Banged out by Zix. Bomb is dropped, but his teammates are getting kills. Numb through the smoke gets a bit of luck. One more backside that's rocking. Can Shane find him? Yes, sir. But Numb comes in from Old Bomb. This is getting a little chaotic. A little hectic. And I'm all for it. A wide swing from Shane. The bomb was going to head to B. Will continue to do so. They know Numb stuck back. Train, Scriv. This pistol heated up out of nowhere.
Crazy stuff. Numb does not know where to look. Starting to move into the B-bomb site. Sean, though, nice and patient. Should be able to finish him off here, actually. Avis did all the damage there, but it is Sean indeed finding the kill. 10th round for IZAKO BOARS. Not the start the Blue Jays were looking for. Second half starts off difficult for them. Particularly on the CT side of things, you're not getting the plant and everything. It can be a lot harder to stomach the losses. However, map like this, Scouts and Deegs, baby. Got an MP9 in there as well. These all work in tandem brilliantly together. So, IZAKO BOARS, a very early test, a very tough early test as well.
Oh, rocking. Going hunting for Tao. Not gonna happen, though. Let's go BOARS, getting all the big kills here on the 4th-5 from Blue Jays. Zix, run over by Shane. The pistols are in weird spots. Red Star's about to get spotted. Spammed down beautifully by Stewie. And Dreamer did not stand a chance. The one with the Deeg, but that is all. They'll recover the AKs and the Galils. Beautiful from IZAKO BOARS. This means Their bank will be saved. Blue Jays have to take a save of their own, speaking of, and we're looking at 12-6. Again, Blue Jays down by 6 rounds. Last time on Nuke, it didn't work out. Maybe this time they'll be able to pull it off.
Flash over the top to start us off. No real speed from IZAKO balls coming in. And just playing it kind of safe here. They don't want to walk into a stack, walk into, well, one of the famous boosts. Taking it nice and slow. A lot of respect here. Sending the feelers out there. Exis will push in though. Finds a double with the help of Avis. Tower to chime in. So a nicely timed hit. I thought there was going to be a bit more time to it, but I suppose they just go swinging in from Ivy, trying to distract them with the pop dog, like noise and utility. All the same. Easy stuff as you would expect. And it should be 5-on-2 easily secured. He says, and then Dreamer. Bang, bang.
Saving a Mac 10. Probably won't. You won't complain, but if you could find a kill with it, that'd be even better. No one's going to give chase. The Boars are playing a safe style numb. Actually, might be able to find the low HP player. Oh, nearly found Exis. Nearly. And Dreamer gets out with the back 10 strip. Definitely not what he wanted. IZAKO Boars probably going to buy an op from Tau to drop over to Exis. Could just go all AKs. Yeah, there's the op. Blue Jays break one out their own, but it's only single. Numb could have went for the double, but it seems like they're not going for double op right away, Scriv. I'm very surprised Blue Jays aren't forcing it, especially on Train, as willing as they were to do it on Inferno.
Yeah, kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Weird. Early damage coming in, though, is pretty big for them. Certainly be happy in that sense. Red Star going to find the first onto Axis as well. Another frag coming in quickly. I mean, it seems to have worked out. The one AWP, they're playing it kind of safe. Not taking too many risks. 5-on-3, though. Somewhat doable. I would say with Tower on low HP, though, Blue Jays should be able to convert this, I would think. And IZAKO balls have just really slowed it down. Not sure of themselves at the moment. Yeah, nothing really coming, and the bombs are like isolated at Ivy at the moment. They'll group up with it, but this all seems very disconjointed.
Yeah, a little out there, isn't it? A little sporadic is the word that jumps to my mind. A lot of trust in low HP Tau to kind of work a pick here, but they're gonna have to be a mistake from Blue Jays, right? Someone's gonna have to overpeak. This ladder player posted. Nice shot from Tau. I mean, he's had an op clutch before. Would not surprise me if he can do it again. Utility towards A, the bombs towards Ivy. With 18 seconds, they gotta get a move on. They're all gonna die for time if they do not go now. Money's becoming an issue. You go or you don't at this point. They're gonna try to go, get the smoke down. They're getting the kills, Griff, out of nowhere. Exis, can they protect them to plant? Yes, sir. All the while, they've lost a teammate to 2v2.
No way.
Big peek from Exis. How did they find that? And it's Numb alone, spamming wildly, getting peeks from every angle, and Shane puts him down. How do IZAKO Boards pull that one out? A 3v5.
Mad. That's a real salt in the wind for Blue Jays as well, particularly now that they go up to 13. And the previous score line looking like it might just be repeated here. That is somewhat crazy. In all honesty, we'll see how it goes down. Pause coming in from the Blue Jays as they will look to try and recover it back. I don't know. This is wild. This is absolutely wild. I think IZAKO BOARS might be able to shut things down here. Unless Blue Jays can bounce back in a big, big way. Not in this round, but in the next one. It is a deep uphill battle early into the morning.
Blue Jays, another awkward situation to save, Scriv. You have to go up 14. That stings. Good nades, but just not enough to find Tao. So he'll find the op shot. He'll get away. And the rest of the Blue Jays look to press forward and try to hamper these AKs from finding entry and moving out. But seems like it's all under control from IZAKO BOARS. I mean, a bit of a change in their style, a bit of change in their approach from the BOARS. But it's working.
Oof. Crispy finish from Dreamer. He does hit the deck, but I mean, damage definitely done here. Does make that comeback train slightly easier. They do have massive amounts of cash, Keith, so it's going to take some time to break the bank. It's not impossible. Here we go, though. Blue Jays. It begins now. It begins now. Double up setup, finally. We're seeing it come into play and excited for them. Hopefully it is effective. I don't really know. Exis might be that first point of contact. Does get smoked off. A lot of utility being exchanged everywhere, but no super aggressive plays early on. Blue Jays taking it nice and safe. IZAKO BOARS trying to bait out their utility because they kind of know coming into a round like this they're going to have a lack of said utility.
Yeah, I love this default from IZAKO BOARS, right? We've seen kind of different shades. Very aggressive, willing to take fights, very passive, and now this kind of just across the map, very spread default to bait out as much utility as you can. Tao, very unfortunately, got caught on that ladder. He was trying to go down, go up, get information. But look at the utility on the side of the Blue Jays, right? Minute remaining, no smoke, just a molly. It's exactly what the BOARS wanted, minus Tao falling. But this is where the BOARS need to come together. They're very spread again, very sporadic. They need to group up and try to clear out this ladder player. And this is where they've lost me. Everything was great up to this time frame right now.
Seconds. I think they're going to try and go for this late burst once again. Rocking ready. Zix also drops Sui. And Numb alive. Up close and personal. Does go down, but I think the trade-off for the information with their already strong man advantage should be enough. Exis, though, hitting all the shots. In comes Zix and Rocking to ruin their day, however. 7th round for Blue Jays, and they stay alive in this series, stay alive in the tournament. A few more rounds.
AKs coming in. Opt for Exis. The last time they'll have a full buy for a few. Blue Jays pick up the double ops for free, Scriv. You have that on Rocking, and now Red Star. You could be in some trouble. When the double ops come out to play, Blue Jays typically always find success, but the first pick, Numb gets caught. They wanted to double up and ladder, but now they have to change their plans. With Numb going down and dealing no damage, that's brutal, because now the BOARS can sit even that much longer. Maintain that man advantage, bait out that utility they've already been trying to do, and then execute you still with an advantage. And they're going to try to take advantage of Dreamer here and towards B, right? They know the rotates are hampered. They just get presence in towards ladder and T-Con. Now's the time to fake or actually hit B, because Blue Jays thinks this is going to be real. It's fake.
Not real. We'll send bodies into it, though. So really selling this. And Tao able to find kills is massive. Zig sticking around. He smells a fish. Will manage to find a frag. Rocking as well, dropping the man on the flank, but they're just so caught off guard. This might well be it. at least for this round. Looking likely Shane finding another. Zik's the only one left. He's got to get 4 in total. Oh, just not quite crisp enough on the aim. 15 rounds secured for IZAKO BOARS pretty quickly, shutting Blue Jays down. As you can see, the likes of Num, the likes of Zix, not going to have a great deal of cash to work with. Rocking and Dreamer will get what they can. And the AWP pretty good, although it is glass cannon. The AWP still pretty good. Meanwhile, the rest of the team trying their damnedest to put something together. It's not pretty, and they need 8 in a row, Keith. It starts here. It may well end here, I'll be honest.
Ooh, Sui able to find Zix, rocking with his op. Always good when he has this weapon. Is this CT side gonna be enough? And you blink and you miss it. The boards have done it. Num's caught. He's so low, but it's a 2v2 until Avis will swing around. Dreamer and an M4. The smoke will fade at the perfect time, but Axis will hold. But keep in mind, he has to plant as well. The molly comes in to secure the plant, Scriv, and tensions at an all-time high for Dreamer.
Heart beating through his chest. Time not on his side. Frag's not on his side. Manpower. Information. Oh, and he's looking the wrong way. Axis comes round, takes him down. 16-7, 2